opportunity that we can't pass on.
Kia ora, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome to day 4 of the Secondary Schools Nationals here in the beautiful Palmerston North. I'm joined here by none other than the Maya Williamson, and on behalf of Basketball New Zealand and for Kata Māori, we're so happy to bring you the action. Maya, do you want to tell us what's going on?
Sure thing, Greg. Well, hello and welcome to everyone at home. Super exciting stuff going on here at Paradise North. On court 3, we have the boys prelim semi-finals, quarterfinals, sorry. And on court 4, we've got the A girls semi-finals. So it's all going on.
There you have it from the Maya Williamson herself. Join us. Let's get into the action.
No mai, haere mai, and
Kia ora,
welcome along
tēnā
here
koutou.
to court 3. And Greg, I'm telling you what, this is when I start to get super excited. It is boys AA prelim semi-final. I tell you what, we've got bald coaches, we've got a bald commentator, we've got a bald scout and Mike Fitchett. The man alongside me, Mātua Tuhoi. Greg Elliott, you're letting the side down.
Hey mate, I tell you what, as I've said from day one, as soon as I saw that we were coming to Palmerston North, I looked at my idols, Liam Judd, Campbell Scott, Simon Lafayette, and I said, hey, it's time to tap into the mullet community. However, we've got our Battle of Nelson here, the 03, the most beautiful spot, arguably, in the entire Aotearoa. Let's go through some team lists, Oz.
Yeah, firstly for Nelson College, number 0, James Matthews. Number 2, Ashton Walker. Number 4, Rico Verrucchio. Number 7, Kobe Davis. Number 9, Kian Mella. Number 10, Rahari Tanoa. 11, Will Daniel. 12, Elijah Inwood. 14, Jack Mallett. 22, Robbie Lawson. And 27, Flynn Sargent. The head coach, the bald bucket himself, Sammy Dempster. Assistant coach, Tony Anderson. And manager, Meg Matthews.
And swinging things over to Waimea College, the danger man himself, Agent 0, Hayden Jones. 2, Noah Rogers. 3, Zach Shirley. 7, Geordie Moore. 10, Micaiah Sampson. 12, Colin Williams. 15, Cooper Adams. 25, Jerome Sinclair. 28, Tom Ladley. 29, Caden Bracey. And you may recognise the coach on this squad as well. None other than the Reefton kid himself, Phil Jones, assisted by Gus Shirley and manager Stefan James.
Yeah, it was great. We got a chance to have a little korero with Phil Jones before the game. Asked him for any insights, and he said no comment.
Yeah, it was a real meaningful there with Phil. Probably the most words I've actually heard him utter to me in a sentence before. I did want to shout out, though, the GI Antics podcast for next season. The lovely korero he has with Hugh Bainan. I'm pretty sure my boy Tom Inge's trying to get on that at some stage. The man's trying to get on everything. So, as you said, we've got none other than Nelson Giants head coach 2. Mike Fitchett in attendance. Bryn Watson, Michaela Sharp with the whistles today, Hoz.
Well, that's the thing. You start getting the super experienced referees when you get to this stage of the tournament. So awesome to have those two on this game. Means we're not going to have to worry about anything from the team in grey. We're not just talking about the people in the commentary booth. We're talking about the people on the court who actually matter.
I tell you what, anyone rocking the GJ Gardner grey over the last 3 days has been outstanding, along with the volunteers, you know, from the kitchen staff all the way through to the BB&Z people tapping on the laptops late into the night. It's been an incredible tournament so far, Hoz, and today is day 4, which this is AA basketball. We've got 6 days of this. However, we're into the final side of things for the A Wahine and Tane.
We are. If you do want to watch some semi-final basketball this morning, flick over to Court 4. Kayla Manu Irarangi and Maya Williamson are bringing you both girls' semi-finals, and they're tipping off at the same. Actually, they have just tipped off, so they're a little bit ahead of us, but we're right on schedule, right where we need to be.
And don't get it twisted. These two teams may be from the same area code. There's a few dap-ups before the ball tips, but once we get underway, there'll be no love lost. And I'm sure how competitive these coaches are. If that's anything to show by things, Oz, we're going to be in for a cracker to get things underway this morning.
Yeah, I do wonder what's actually in Sammy Dempster's Nelson Giants contract. As it's going to be Hayden, Jones and Lawson. And Jones wins the tip, so Waimea in the white with the basketball to start as a little dribble handoff action. There, Greg, you saw them play last night.
Yeah.
You know, you probably did, we both did it. As Kurufifi Toru is up and good. Waimea, perfect first position.
Just unlucky there at the end versus a very tough Rosmini squad. Looking to bounce back early this morning on a beautiful day here in the P Naughty Central Trust Energy Arena. Oh, I tell you what, that is Elijah Inwood, and looking very, very, that move in particular reminded me of none other than the Aston Martin himself. Aston Martin, I'm sure Aston Inwood is out there listening.
Aston Inwood, also a big fan of the Everyday Golfer podcast. As a lovely finish there once again from Waimea. Nelson College last year finished 17th, so they're already guaranteed to beat that. But we took in their game against St. Kitts yesterday afternoon, and James Matthews with a one-man wrecking ball getting them to this stage.
I was surprised you were able to see that game. You're enjoying your Frosty with the Freddo Frog.
Shout out, Greg, actually, for you for getting that, looking after each other on and off the court.
That's right, you are the king of the Carabao Motor Inn.
Lovely drive, and off the Papa Moody, toed up into the hands of Elijah Inwood once again. Shout out as well, Hugh Bain, and if he is listening, part of the GI Antics podcast.
I can't imagine.
And a whole lot more.
Oh, mate, I can't imagine there's two Nelson teams going at it at Nationals. Ooh, Kurufifi Toru.
Robbie Lawson there, easy catch and shoot finish.
Well, you know Bainan will be tuned in if it's got anything to do with Nelson. Shout out the Marcos.
Up the Marcos, had a great year this year.
Jones.
And that's the first Kurufifi Toru that anyone in the Jones family's ever missed.
Very rare thing to say, isn't it? Jones misses from the three-point stripe. They get it inside. Tough parquet. That is none other than Jack Mellor getting busy in the paint. Might get a job at Resine with that much action in there, Hoz.
Jones to the hoop. Too strong, and away comes Verrucchio.
Jones may have gotten one of those primos that were on offer this morning, as put a bit too much on the Kurufifi Toru and the layup, and we've got a little action here at the pakete, or the tapa.
Yeah, wouldn't mind another look at this. Cooper was right and vertical. I just wonder if the arm came down as the body contact from Verrucchio hit him.
We get some quality surnames, don't we, along the ways during these tournaments. I love Verrucchio.
And apologies to anyone at home if we are mispronouncing this. Please message us. We're more than happy to correct it. We are Sammy Dempster, what it was, and that's what he said. So we always trust in Sammy D.
How good in the crowd as well. We're seeing a smattering there of green hats, some pom-poms. I think the Waimea faithful have turned out here today in the beautiful P Naughty.
Jones pulls up from the mid-range, that's good.
Now the account's open. Could be a big day for the... What I'm looking for is that battle of the zero singlets, Hoz. James Matthews, Hayden Jones in particular.
Yeah, I do wonder if I remember for Rosmini, Mitchell Dance and Jaden Boucher both wore number 2 in their respective Rosmini teams. I wonder if there's a little agreement there of let's both wear number 0.
It was good to see that too. Jones jumped on the hoi-ho. He was off to the races, galloping up court. Inwood, probing.
And what was interesting there, Greg, very passive switch from Waimea. Very happy just to let him come off that on ball. As we can see, an early timeout here taken from head coach Phil Jones, and Quinn Clinton as well in the crowd.
Head
taking this
coach,
one
of the Canterbury Rams. None other than Quinn Clinton. Just seeing if he can maybe poach a few of these boys potentially from Mike Fitchett, who's also in attendance. You saw Aston Inwood there. I tell you what, Will Farrell's not going to be around today yelling for more passion. That was tough parketa, and he let court 3, court 4, court everything in this building know all about it, and that's what you like to see. As we said, 9 all scored lines so far. Hoz, what have you seen? Oh, there he is.
I've seen 2. Look, Coffee with a Coach, Doug Courtney here as well, part of the Bald Brigade. Had a great junior tall black campaign over in Asia Cup. But it's just, I mean, awesome. We talked about it yesterday. I got told by Roger Lewis, assistant coach of Westlake, I went very deep in my feels talking about it, but just the generations that come together at this tournament, it's such a special feeling. So it's awesome to see people like Doug and Fitch down here.
I might have to start looking at seeing if anyone maybe brought some clippers in the building and just shoot off to the wharepaku at half-time and share this glistening, beautiful
I mean,
roulette.
there's so many good local businesses here in Palm. If you do have a barber shop that you'd recommend, as we see the Christ College Brains Trust, Greg, his DMs are open. Giannisco Elliott 12 on Instagram.
Haven't they been impressive, Christ College?
Jones for the mid-range, short, and Matthews comes away with the 2-upper.
One thing you and I both enjoy about Matthews' game is that he really pushes the pace, and if you're going to push the pace, you're going to attack the tupper, you're going to get a little something yourself, or nice little dish off to Inwood.
Yeah, very impressive this tournament. 22, 20, 35, 24, 26. That's been his outlet as a ball goes out of bounds.
And Nelson basketball representation stacked.
Across both sides.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Amazing.
Here's Jones. Oh, lovely cut from Adams. And draws the hara. And one thing I can always say to kids at home, as soon as the ball goes on the floor, if your man or Wahine's head turns,
Kia ora.
cut.
Speaking of cut, we cut to a beautiful segment there with a small height difference between myself and the lovely Mike Williamson.
Producer Sam for doing that. It was one of the, probably the best intro I've heard.
Hey, take your daughter to school day, what it looked like.
It's not the first time that's happened either, is it, Greg?
Or bring your daughter to work, I should say, as Inwood. Woo!
Kuru Fifi Toru is good.
I tell you what, the confidence is just continuing to grow with this man after every shot, mate. Looking lethal out there as Inwood.
How good was the short rollback? Even better was the block. Again, Nelson out to the races. Draws the hara. And our main man, Verrucchio, will go to the line once again.
Verrucchio! Tough take.
Was it a Rocky Balboa Adrian impersonation?
I'll tell
Sam,
you what.
brother, you've got to mark what number that replay is.
It is comical though. As long as Maya Williamson's not tuning into the commentary.
Well, it just shows how hard producing actually is. I mean, we've got our 3 of the best. We've got Rich on the show court. We've got Sam with us. And then we've got Josiah Williams as well on court 4. They brought the A-team down.
Look who else is baseline, the Brains Trust of Westlake. I tell you what.
I don't think Carl Noy is adding much to that conversation.
Mans needs your vocal zones. We see a big...
Fifi Toru once again from Cooper Adams. Yeah, Carl, probably the first man to lose his voice at the tournament. I had money on Josh Davis, but Carl didn't even get a chance for it to get underway.
Yeah, outrageous. Man was done on day 3.
Matthews, tough look there, and gets his own rebound. As a kick out for the Kuruwhiwhi Toru, no good. And the two-upper into the safe hands, eventually, of Hayden Jones.
Back of the tupper there for Inwood. And that Kuruwhiwhi Toru, as you alluded to. Hoz, great wraparound pass from Jones.
Sinclair in the right place at the right time. And that's the key thing with these top players. You've always got to be watching the ball, because it will find you if you're in the right place at the right time.
I made that mistake, Hoz, with a good friend of yours, Kevin Braswell. Hands down, didn't think that pass could be made.
Shout out
one
KB
to the face. Yeah.
with Utsunomiya bricks this season.
I tell you what, there's one thing this face does not need is another hit.
He still owes me a singlet and probably around the golf as well when he's back. but he's very busy. 2 kids now.
Speaking around of golf, shout out to my boy Campbell Scott. Hope you get in your 18 today. As we see
Matthews, is he going to go up? Oh, just keeping it humble. Very good baseball player as well, I've heard.
Matthews with the
Great
very
fastball.
aerodynamic haircut too. No wonder he can pin his ears back. He really kicked it into a little nitrous oxide maybe.
Yeah, make the number 0 fashionable again. Kuruwhiwhi Toru is short off the tupper, and Inwood once again, who's been everywhere thus far for Nelson College.
Inwood really has a smooth floater in the paint, but Inwood is that sort of that guard forward that can do just a bit of everything. Tough layup there and an incredibly tough rebound.
Speaking of tough layups there, Caden Bracey. Yeah, Inwood reminds me, he's got a kind of 3x3 build. Where it's like, is he a 3? There is a relation to Ashton Inwood. Kuruwhiwhi Toru is along. It's going to hit us. Oh, down goes the primo.
Yeah, Aston enjoying.
Where's the ball actually?
It could be under
They've
the.
got it. All right, easy.
None other than Elijah. No, sorry, who's that? That is Colin Williams. Digging deep. Found the Molten.
Shout out to our sponsors, Molten. Looking after the official Ball New Zealand Carbon Farming. And of course, our presenting sponsor, Foot Locker this week.
How good have they been? I love seeing the BBNZ social, seeing who's won the half-court shot each night.
I'm still waiting for you to enter. Matthews to the hoop once again. Off the Papamuri.
I'll tell you what was good to see about that young fella last night. Broken leg, made the shot.
What?
Yeah, broken leg, was in a cast. Had his mates had to hold up the sign for him. But yeah, it just goes to show, no excuses.
It reminds me of, I don't know if you ever watched the Greg Jennings meme, where this guy's playing Madden with Greg Jennings with a lovely basket there for Waimea. He's just like, I told him to put the team on my back. I broke my leg. My leg was broken.
Oh, I just thought of the Mike Tyson, I broke my back. Final. As Matthews knifes his way to the hoop.
And you can't give Matthews looks like that. I know he missed it, but they got away with one there, Waimea.
Oh, nearly caught. He was caught up in the air, was Geordie Moore. Caught in 2 minds. Wanted to let loose the Kuruwhiwhi Toru Hos. Hand in the face. And unfortunately, that foot comes back down. You see the replay there.
Oh, just got down. But I like that ball action there from Waimea. Phil Jones is probably saying, give me more.
Nice little 2-3 here from Waimea.
And we're seeing teams really do a good job of attacking with an on-ball screen. Those high twos, we see the roller there. Easily score. Jack Mallett. Just that short roll against the zone can be such a killer.
And if you're going to be a big man like Jack Mallow and get that deep in the paint.
Oh, Jones with the fancy footwork.
I don't know if Phil has enrolled him in ballet, the local Nelson scene. That was a beautiful pirouette there from Hayden Jones.
It might be their summer football team.
Footwork has been incredible on display so far in this tournament. As you said, day 4.
Balance is better, Greg. Balance is better.
So impressed with what I've seen so far from some of the young and up-and-coming talent.
You know what it reminds me of, Greg?
What's that?
Neither of our footwork.
Oh, facts. As
Matthews again, and the ball's going to end up back in his hands. Kuruwhiwhi Toru on ways. Long, Jones fights for it. Which way is it going to go? Waimea ball.
Again, another thing we've seen so far along this tournament. As we see the pirouette once again. Yeah.
Well, if they have Dancing with the Stars secondary school nationals edition, I think young Hayden will be a nominee.
Speaking of, Dwight Howard just, I believe, won over in the States, so it just goes to show
Did he not win
players. Don't quote me on that, but I remember just watching the thing and just thinking that was impressive.
I'd be a bit worried if either of us actually knew the answer to that.
We'll stay in the 2-step. As speaking of 2-step,
Williams just leaves that one short. It's just not even Williams, just the name on the back of his jersey.
Matthews walking the ball up for a change. Haven't seen that much from him. He is
Well, I'll tell
lightning.
you one thing, Greg. It's not because he's trying to reserve energy.
Oh, and it's that goldfish mentality, Hoz. You forget the play if you miss the shot. That's what I love to see. Don't stop shooting.
Greg, what's your favourite battery brand?
Duracell.
We're going to start calling him Duracell.
I feel like Energizer Bunny's overdone in terms of commentary, so we'll shout out Duracell. I didn't think we'd be shouting that out this early at all, if anything, over the course of these 6 days, Oz. Great to be here with the bald voice. The king of Karama Motorin, as I mentioned.
I feel like I've seen you more this week than I have all year. That one is short, and that's going to do it for quarter number 1. Nelson up 1 against Waimea. And Greg, it's one of those games where you've got to kind of throw the form book out the window. Don't quote me on this, but Waimea winning zone 4. I don't know if they would have actually lost yet this year. So Rosemary last night took them down. And both teams trying to avoid that dreaded 9-16 bracket. Both teams wanting to make that quarter-final this afternoon / this evening. It might even be the game, Greg, that you're calling at 5:45.
Yeah, I did think when I saw that Rosemary game, that I know, Waimea, tough loss for them. And I thought this morning, maybe that will give you a bit of fire, a bit of extra motivation. Not that you need any. We know what's on the line, but...
Well, I think something else to think about when you talk about rest. Waimea played at 7:30 last night. Nelson's last game was it 4 p.m.? So it might not seem much to the people at home. 3 hours extra rest can actually make the world of difference in how you feel, especially for a 9 a.m. game. So have a look there at the amazing Basketball Manawatu score bench. Taking care of us. Primo once again.
Yeah, I tell you what,
love.
Tournaments like this just are impossible to get going without the support and the help of the locals. And speaking of which, we also have a Taylor Britt sighting. Oh, there's our more BBNZ staff.
Is that Jaden Rosanowski, the referee?
There we go, yeah, that is.
So we know our referees, superstars in their own right.
But yeah, Taylor Britt and Quinn Clinton over there, just at the edge of the bench there.
Corey Marshall and Roger Lewis as well from Westlake. They might be taking on the loser.
Yeah, very smart's coming and
well, the team who doesn't win this game, no one's actually losers at Nationals, let's be honest. Or is that 2PC?
I mean, you put together your whole season, your time, your practice, your mahi goes into trying to win this. So at the end of the day, as we walk into the stadium, Hoz, it does say this is a game at the end of the day.
3-2 zone there, show from Waimea. A little bit different from the 2-3. And I think the change there, Greg, is it just means that high on ball that Nelson's setting, another high defender can come over and they can just switch on that. Yeah. Going to make that short roll, though, very interesting.
Nice offensive and defensive schemes so far. And how many kōreros do you reckon over an NBL season hit and more, and then some, have Sam and Phil had? So do you imagine the playbook's relatively similar?
Yes and no. I think there's probably elements that Phil put in with the under-18 Nelson team that both teams are looking to utilise. Great wall up there from Nelson. It's going to be their ball.
And don't they enjoy that one?
Cohen Williams there. Went at the defenders.
Nelson College bench all very vocal there after that stop. Defense wins championships, Hoz.
That it does, Greg. The old adage.
Oh, just attacking the Turapa there was inward, fouling Agent Zero, Hayden Jones.
And that's a big harder because it was a 50-50 call. And we're going to see a 1-2-2 half-court trap here from Nelson. And easily broken there from Waimea, but it's just a chance potentially to slow them down.
Yeah, once there's a bit more of a shot clock to work with, once that counts down, slower getting into the offense that they might be used to.
Interesting there. Waimea never worked the ball to the corner. They were happy to go from wing to wing, but never into the corner. Is that going to be something to watch as this quarter unfolds?
Tell you what, you make some astute observations and give the crowd at home something really to think about, Hoz. Keep an eye on that as we see a puck get there.
Lovely finish off glass, Cohen Williams. And how good are these new backboards as well here in Palmerston North? Not the old wooden backboards that we're used to seeing. They've actually put some serious coin into making these facilities world class.
Central Trust Energy Arena here in the beautiful Palmerston North. Great facilities.
I don't think you got the facilities for that, big man. Again, passive switch there from Nelson, but it ends up working out as Verrucchio comes away with the steal.
Nicely behind the back dribble and dishes for Mellor.
Took the contact well, and then Jones just wrecks out the go-go gadget arm to pull in that two-upper.
Great job there by Verrucchio to set the table there for his teammate. Just unlucky on the finish.
Jones at the body. No basket is easy in this one.
Luka Doncic-esque with the slow down and then up for the finish. Just great control of the speed there.
I don't know why I just gave James Matthews a thumbs up as he came for a sub. I've got nothing to do with the school bench. Caught in the short corner here, Nelson, and throw that one away.
Maybe James Matthews reminds you of a younger version of yourself, Oz. That's probably why.
A younger version of myself who's 20 times more athletic, 50 times the basketball player.
We see a Wahike called here and just gives both teams a chance to have a sit down, get some H2O and a bit of a korero. I love delving into your mind, Oz. What do you think's being said here?
Well, I think if they're going to get caught in that short corner, where's the cut going to come from to create some space? Are they going to try and cut from strong side? Or we've seen through this week, there's been a lot of success from teams who are cutting 45 weak side. So if I say 45, hopefully that makes sense to people at home. It means think of the hoop, draw a 45 angle, basically halfway between the top and the corner, and that's the cutting angle you want. Defenses always get caught out by that. Or are they trying to do it from the strong side and then maybe a kick to the corner for an open kuruwhiwhi toru? On the Waimea side, Greg, what have you noticed that as they've started the second quarter the brightest, what have they done so well?
I feel like it was good to see that they like to push the basketball. Hayden Jones is getting to the hoop. You know, ably assisted there by a few of his other teammates. I just think we need to really try and clamp down on, I think Mellor's got a nice few touches inside. As you said, soft show on inward, which led to a easy sort of layup. Nice pakete from him. So we'll see that full court press as you talked about here from Nelson College.
More of the Brains Trust around. I saw Tiatoa Tamara Frost is around. Darren Larson is here.
Tiatoa, master of city fitness.
Was previously.
Yeah. Oh, what a tough take.
And those are the finishes that keep you going. Jerome Sinclair.
And that's just it, Jerome Sinclair. Big body, bit of tape on the shoulder. I tell you what, Palmerston North, Bunnings Warehouse, if they've got one here. Oh, James Matthews, kuruwhiwhi toru. But yeah, Bunnings Warehouse might be low on masking tape by the end of the 6 days, Hoz.
Cohen Williams on the left-hand side. Look how high Jones had to catch that ball. They're doing a good job, Nelson, of just pushing Waimea off their spots. Little rip and go spin. Somehow ends up in the hands of Shirley. And that was no accident because that was a beautiful pakete there from the young man.
Yeah, Zach Shirley would have enjoyed that one.
Verrucchio!
Oh.
Just short there on the kuruwhiwhi toru.
Who said, if you're open, let it fly, young man.
Great hard show there from Nelson, making Jones reassess. And almost found Jerome Sinclair off his fingertips. There's Tiatoa Tamara Frost. from Manakura, making the step up this year to double A's.
Aquinas College looking to potentially do the same next season. Breaking news from Coach Ben Taggart.
Breaking news with the news of today.
There we go. Oh.
We're putting in a morning shift, to tell you what, Greg.
Hey, that primo that we were given to get things started really kicking in now. Breakfast.
Jones puts back. Yeah, I had my vocals on for breakfast, and you saw how my energy shifted.
Hey, the way you got your clap going this morning.
Yeah, sorry, Maya, that was a bit loud. My bad. I was trying to give some energy to everyone.
Mate, we've got 6 days of intense competition. Conserve that energy, my guy. Let it out right now, though.
You can see Kat Williams there.
Not the
Wife
comedian.
of Phil. A hooper in her own right as well. Let's not take anything away from Kat. But good to see her down here supporting her son. Daughter Ava playing for St. Andrews in the girls.
Incredibly talented family. We've got a good shot there of some of those pom-poms and green hats in attendance. That's the kind of support I like to see. Get your colours on.
I mean, we talk about, you know, tribal fandom. I'd love to know actually what Kat did as well. Hopefully, it does look quite serious, but hopefully it's nothing career-ending.
Yeah, epitomising
Get out there
a
and hoop.
travelling supporter. Not only wheels on the car, but also wheels on the mobile device there. Yeah, shout out to her. I hope that's going to be a speedy recovery. Nurse Phil. I wonder how that is going.
Hey, we need to ask Kat. We need to ask Kat how Nurse Phil's going.
Well, I know we're going to have to ask Kat, because if we get more than 2 words out of Phil, it'll be like winning Powerball. As Verrucchio brings it up court. Nice little pick and roll.
Lovely little
Pick and pop, I should say.
hook pass there. Hey,
Pick and pop.
Matthews, head down, spins. Lovely 2-foot stop to Inwood.
Hey, the find there from Inwood.
And kids at home, I just want to highlight there what Kobe Davis did as we have a look there at Carl Neuer. Not saying much. Look at that little wheel that he did underneath. So you always want to try and be on the weak side of the ball. But if the ball comes your side and you're still that side, just go underneath the defense. All their eyes are going to be on the ball. Get in behind them. You're going to open up a little passing lane and hopefully get yourself some easy paquites.
And Inwood looks like he brought the sewing kit, because he threaded the needle there on that pass. Unlucky not to finish Davis, but again, Inwood stuck with it. Got the 2 upper and gets to the line.
It's like the secret sauce, Greg. If you want to average 36 points a game, do you know what the easiest way to do it is?
Enlighten me.
So if you can get a fast break layup every quarter, that's 8 points. If you can get a mid-range every quarter, you're now at 16. If you can hit 2 free throws, you're now at 24. And if you can hit a kudu fifi toru every quarter, that's 36. Does that sound super complicated?
Mate, your maths is mathing. And you lost me at anything more than 6 points.
Matthews, oh my God, that's tough. That is so hard to do.
To absorb that contact, regain balance and enough to get the one-handed push shot up. Impressive, Hoz.
Offensive hara is called. I tell you what, the strength and conditioning of these kids now is so impressive. I mean, back in your days at John McGlashan, were you playing anyone who was as physically as strong and tough as James Matthews?
Oh, when you're from the south of the south, that's where the big boys are. I'll tell you what, I wasn't one of them. It's taken a long time to grow into this body. Probably grown a bit too much recently. We've had some amazing food on offer here from
Easy article
BBT.
there on Cooper Adams. As we have a look here, look at Matthews, just takes off. And down he goes.
Just
Tell you what, if Hugh Bainin was watching, he'd be very impressed with that the try there that James Matthews just scored. Touchdown with ease.
what I also like there from James was the poise. Waited for Jerome Sinclair to back off and go with his man. Kind of turned his back to Matthews and then made his move. As I said, it does not take him long to get to 0 to 60, not like our rental car.
Well, we don't even get to 60, Greg, because there's nowhere in Palmy that we need to go above 50.
No, remember that it was 80k school zone, which we'd never seen before. It was a
I don't know
first.
what the car was all about it with that.
As
Jones
Jones.
floater, no good. Tries to get the two upper once again. And Kobe Davis comes down with it.
Yeah, Kobe Davis, good under the hoop there, making that his. Kicks it out to the corner. The big fella. Woo! Robbie Lawson.
I like the respectful. I don't know if Kobe's parents are, as we have a timeout here taken from Waimea,
Yeah, huge.
if Kobe's parents are Kobe Bryant fans, and that was just a subtle, you see the short roll there, just a subtle way to honor the great man, or if it's got nothing to do with basketball at all. Probably the latter.
And hey, that Kuruwhiwhi Toru there from Robbie Lawson, forcing Coach Phil Jones into a wahiki. We've got a 34 all game here in front of us. And I tell you what, when we first looked at the team list, I know we've both taken in both teams at various stages along the tournament so far. I looked at it and I said overtime. What were your thoughts?
My thoughts were I can't wait, but I just want to, producer Sam, if we can we show that last basket one more time on the replay? I just want to show something to the people at home. Yes, the three-pointer.
I wouldn't be surprised if myself and Maya pop up here on the replay.
If we have a look here, watch Kobe. Look at that little short roll and then kick. You're forcing the defense to come up. It's so effective against the zone. Instead of rolling all the way to the hoop, just sit in that little pocket, especially against a 3-2. That high post is always going to be open. Hit the man, little short roll, dump pass over the top. One more time, look at this from the baseline. Just a little roll, doesn't make any contact, slips the screen, and it's such a beautiful move. So kids at home, if you want to know, as a big man, how to dissect a zone, Kobe Davis just showed you exactly how to do it.
Yeah, as you said, nice little slip screen. And it's good to see the big man and big men in general just creating the offense, being point guards.
Verrucchio, and just came off his leg, but how quick was he right there? And as well, Nelson College, as soon as Jones left his feet there, they immediately left him and tried to figure out where the pass was going to go. That's what led to the steal. It is such a game within a game between these two teams right now.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a miss seeing Verrucchio and...
See Jones there. Oh, with a putback slam. I was going to say they did such a good job forcing him to shoot that, but when you've got the Gojo Gadget arms and you've got bunnies like Hayden Jones, it doesn't matter as the Kuruwhiwhi Toru is short and into the hands of Jerome Sinclair.
And I'm sure Phil Jones will be saying, that's exactly how I drew that one up, boys.
Phil would probably just be saying, yeah, my dunk on LeBron in 04 was better.
Oh, touche. And one!
Jones draws the Hutta and converts the and look at Phil, no animation at all. Coaching goals. Having a look here at the dunk. Greg, have you got the kupu for a dunk?
I do not, unfortunately, but
Oh, do not have the long
I
ones?
can sit here and be amazed. If you can be as fleet-footed as Jones to have got the initial shot up and to then dunk your own missed shot. I'll tell you what, that's one for the highlight reel. No doubt that'll get cut up by some up in the BB&Z office. I know Roshi's portfolio is doing an incredible job so far.
Well,
and
so
Liam.
his stat lines at the moment are reading like a Mike Jones phone number. You know, he's had a couple of 2-8s, a 3-3-0.
8-0-0 foul. Your DJing skills, mind you, have been phenomenal in the morning, getting us pumped up on the way to Fly Palmy Arena.
Yeah, we've just been walking it out. Jones, oh, this is a little change up here. Into a post catch. Over Verrucchio, and I tell you what, will never go out of style. Great footwork out of a post catch.
And I also like that from Hayden Jones is just
2-3 change here, Greg.
Oh, yeah, but just knowing your personnel, Hoz looked up, saw a smaller Verrucchio and let it fly. Oh, inward.
And I tell you what, when Phil Jones changed to a 2-3, he would not have been expecting the opposition to then hit a corner three. You're trying to take the ball out of those corners.
Yeah, starting to look out after an area rather than the player, as you alluded to there, Oz, as Jones and Wall, the tackle there from none other than Sammy Dempster.
I thought I was watching Game of Thrones there, the way that they were just defending the Great Wall. Have a look here at Jones. Look at just the footwork.
See what I mean? He sized up Verrucchio, realised who was on him, and just knew that he could elevate over top of the outstretched hands of Verrucchio and get a good look. So high IQ basketball being played.
Kudafifi Toto almost ended up in the hands of Hayden Jones. Here comes Verrucchio. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
What a basket. But one last thing on that Hayden Jones pull-up. Kids at home, you don't need 50 dribbles to be effective. He had one dribble in that whole move and scored one of the most efficient baskets you'll see.
Jerome Sinclair also adding to that, just
Well, he just
straight
said,
to the hoop, yeah.
He just said, world, hold on, as he scored that one.
I love seeing Inwood just keep letting them fly, send a few go in. Confidence aside, don't let that.
I thought he was playing the keep the balloon off the floor game, just tipping it to himself.
Yeah, if he was able to keep
Look
that in.
here, look at the Verrucchio run out over Williams. I think that was legal defense.
It
Good
is
no call.
absolute best there did Cohen to
Again, hard
challenge.
show there from Nelson Jones. How do you stop that?
I tell you what, this second quarter really has been the Hayden Jones show for Waimea College. Replay here is Verrucchio. Ay, too quick.
He
I thought the
too
replay
quick,
was
the
quick.
replay
Yeah.
couldn't even catch him.
Verrucchio was quick, the replay was quicker.
Maybe, Greg, at halftime, you can very kindly ask the school bench how many points Hayden Jones has. What do you reckon he's got? I'm going 16.
Oh my, without hearing you, I was about to say 15, so if we're anything close, I see Phil Jones just being spoken to by our referee. Love to be on the fly on the wall for that conversation.
Well, it's the best thing about being courtside because that's what the coaches have got to say. And it's always high-level things as well.
Beautiful mechanics there on that free throw from Jones.
Still a 2-3 here.
Verrucchio!
And if you're going to attack a 2-3 zone, it's from the wings. Although that wasn't attacking, that was just a straight pull-up.
Give him the 3 singlet, not the 4. Impressive.
Again, Jones really likes to operate out of the top. As a great box out there from Ashton Walker, and away comes James Matthews. And they're going to hold here for the last shot, Greg.
It's for a screen to be set here by
Who's taking it?
Mellor.
Gets stripped. 4 seconds to play. They're going to have time to get this off. It's tipped. And that's not going to get off in time. So, halftime here. Waimea 45, Nelson College 41. We're going to take a quick break in the commentary booth, and we'll be back with the second half.
This is a solid region, I reckon.
Aha, they're the OGs.
It's a banger.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
At Apollo Projects, we create better outcomes because we never make any assumptions. Like this sports facility. The client sent out their brief. And when it came to the 4 submissions, we impressed the client with a proposal that went over and above. Because we'd done things differently. We'd pulled together a team of experts, looked around the world for inspiration, and exceeded the client brief. We even brought it in on budget by reducing fees and prioritising function over form. At Apollo, we're more innovative, create specialist project teams, deliver on our promises, and build to the budget. Apollo Projects. No assumptions, better outcomes.
Champs. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
You found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
I'm Trevor Johnson, and I'm a sheep and beef farmer from the Forgotten World Highway. Some of the country we bought was quite steep and difficult. We have pushed those blocks to pine trees. 1,000 hectares into forest and 7,000 hectares will stay in grazing. To me, it's just the best use of land. If you've got land that is not so productive, it's a marvellous way of increasing your income.
Randy, are you ready?
Yeah. Permission to board. Push, push, push.
Giving up is not an option.
You could just feel the weight away.
Oh my God! I could see myself here on a beautiful sunny day, doing some mad manus in there. Let's go.
No special karakia to speed the process.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Welcome back here to Fly Palmy Arena, Court 3 for boys AA prelim quarterfinal. So how this works, they changed it in 2019, if my memory serves me right. It used to be just top 2 in the pools would go straight to quarterfinals, but then we had an interesting case where there was just some pools that were stacked with teams. And so if you came third in that pool, it was bad luck. So now they've added in this extra round, second and third in each pool play off. So it goes Pool A versus Pool B, Pool C versus Pool D, and then the winners of these games go to the quarterfinals. So the real kicker is if you win your pool, you get that extra round of rest, but at least it means that teams still get that extra chance. I mean, Wellington College last year finished third in their pool, and then were able to go in and win the title. So it does work. But back to the game at hand, Andrew Horrocks alongside Greg Elliott. Greg, what have you really taken away from this first half?
It has been a seesaw affair so far in that first half. We've got on screen there, Hoz?
That is the associate head coach for Hawaii, Brad Davidson, former Australian NBL legend, former Boomer as well. Great to have him down here. Got to meet him last year, absolute legend.
Hey, and what a place to come along and see two teams that are competing at an extremely high level. You know, from the management to the coaching staff to the players, two elite squads that we have here. And what I've found from that first half, just at the end of it, Hayden Jones just kicking it up a notch. Nice couple of parquetes. We saw a follow-up on his own missed shot leading to a dunk. However, when I look down at Nelson College, really impressed with the output of Elijah Inwood in particular.
Yeah, Hayden Jones, 19 points in the first half. James Matthews, 11. So the big guns, Greg, coming out early. And it's going to be Waimea College with the ball to start quarter number 3. Let's take a little close up there at Hayden Jones. Never one to show much emotion, is he? Just stoic at all times.
Well, that's right. Both of these teams, you know, they've got, you know, championship aspirations. Unfortunately, as you alluded to earlier, we'll lose one of these teams today, and that's what happens when you start getting closer to the business end of the tournament, isn't it, Hoz?
I mean, this tournament just so even, and the first Kuruwhiwhi Toru maybe just had a few too many gulps of the primo, and that one was long, but still like the look there from Waimea. They got a good shot at the end of that position.
I'll tell you what, as this game goes on, so does the attendance statistic go up. More and more people attending or getting along here.
Verrucchio gets blocked from Jones, and out to the races come Waimea, and one, Caden Bracey.
Caden Bracey, tough finish. Inwood came to meet him, and two worlds collided there. And Bracey, not only the hoop, but also the harm. Tough parquete, Hoz.
Over Inwood as well. Not the easiest thing to do in the world. That'll be Inwood's second. Bracey converts, and now a 7-point lead here for Waimea.
And neither team would want the other to get out to an extended, maybe double-digit lead. So big pakete needed here for Nelson College. Oh,
Matthews trying to do too much there as he split defenders. Here comes Jones. Good outlet pass. Williams. He just hesitated on the shot, didn't he? And that's what led to the little foot shuffle. The little DJ Young two-step.
Had a bit of drowning pool there. The bodies were hitting the floor. As you see replay here, and just a little stutter step.
If he'd gone the 1-2 and gone straight up, he would have been fine. Sometimes it's that rhythm as well of the steps. That can be what the referees are looking for.
And even he could be a pass first player as well, which may have put him in two minds.
Oh, Verrucchio, what a cross! Kick out to Lawson.
Oh, on the boards too, Jack Mallor.
Gets his own miss as well, puts it back up and in.
Timely
that pass from
pakete.
Verrucchio was amazing. This is some high-level hoops we are watching right now.
Nice movement there from Cooper Adams off the ball.
And Williams.
Oh.
Now that's tough. I wouldn't mind another look at that. I thought he was just lying there, and he might. Hopefully he's not hurt.
Reminded me of the NRL here. There, Hoz. The tackler not rolling away.
So look at him. What is he meant to do? Is he meant to just lie? Was he meant to lie flat as he tried to get up?
Yeah, definitely not a zebra crossing here at that local school at Palmerston North.
All I can think of is Ashley Klein. Marcus square. Stacey, get back 10.
Should be a good NRL final this weekend too.
Who are you going?
I've got Melbourne Storm all the way, my guy.
Ooh.
Big two-handed block there from Jones. And I tell you what, those two in particular, James Matthews and Hayden Jones.
I wonder if he plays volleyball, because that was volleyball block-esque.
They'll be very familiar with each other's game, along with both of these teams.
Do you think Hayden's just going to clip that and maybe send that through after this?
Straight out of Nelson. Wouldn't be surprised if Hugh Bain, the social media master, might clip it. Put in that GI Antics podcast, as we referred to earlier. Well, Phil Jones shouted out. Hayden, probing, Bracey. Off the top of there.
I like the look though. He maybe just needed to space the ball a little more. It was a short closeout for the defender. If he'd extended, come over another 2 steps, the defender wouldn't have been able to adjust that at all. It's Jones once again. It's a block party. And Verrucchio's crashing it.
Left the gooseneck up for a little bit too. And why wouldn't you, young man, enjoy that one?
Greg, tie ball game.
Yeah.
Jones, right wing.
I didn't want to get them out too much out to a lead. What they've done is gone and pulled it back to a tie game.
I want to see, we might get a replay if Jones scores this, but they ran a little flare screen on the weak side, and then there was a great cut from Cooper Adams to the hoop. And if Jones could have thrown it, it would have been a wide open layup. So that's something that I'm interested to see if Waimea is going to explore as this game goes on.
Speaking of game, nice little float game there from Inwood. Jones on that previous play too. We talked about that earlier with him shooting over top of a smaller Verrucchio. That time there, he shot over the outstretched arms of Jack Mallor as
block party.
Straight to.
Do you reckon Jones is asking for the assist on that one? Because that was a perfect pass to Verrucchio.
Right on the number.
And Nahara is called. That's going to be on Tom Ladley.
We're seeing some real mobile big men too out there, Hoz. You know, sometimes, a big man can be pigeonholed into just being on the low block. However, we're moving into a more positionless Poitakohu, which we'd love to see. Seen a few big men bring the ball up at times too.
I don't know, Greg. As basketball evolves, I feel like my positioning still stayed the same.
Mate, you are the
bench.
Offensive glass. The splinters from the pine. Free throw made there.
Little full court pressure here from James Matthews.
If I want to see cut-up clips, I need to see you versus Ben Fraser 1v1. That is beautiful Poitakohu.
No one needs to see that. That doesn't leave the group chat. Bracey once again, and he's really picked up in this game. It has Caden Bracey, a very good player in his own right.
Man defense, Waimea. Couple of really good matchups. It is none other than the 15 in Cooper Adams drawing the Matthews assignment.
Verrucchio, I feel like he's really taken over in this third quarter as the key playmaker for Nelson. All the attention's been on James Matthews.
Yeah, Verrucchio loves to probe, see what he can find. Makes the right reads. As Inwood rebounds and then is the ball carrier. Now, love that. He probably attacked the hoop too. Here we go. Oh.
Mr. Greg almost strikes as Jones tips the ball to Bracey, and he'll be the one to bring the ball up here for Waimea.
Felt like a bit of an
Again,
oracle
that
there.
short roll's right there. Kick to the corner. Great recovery from Waimea, from Nelson. That was such a pretty position as Jones gets the ball tipped to him. Now going to go one-on-one.
To 14. Ooh. Bit of contact, Hoss?
Contact, but deemed legal. Just remember, you're allowed contact. As Ken Coulson would always say, this isn't tiddlywinks. But it's just the referees, it's up to them to determine, is it legal or is it not? That was deemed not legal on Cooper Adams. If we take a look baseline, and Jackson Stubbins, we can see there in the grey, just sitting down beside the Bailey's sign, taking this in. Done a fantastic job with his Hutt International boys.
Yeah, shout out Splash Brothers Basketball.
And that is going to be the 4th foul. I believe that's on Cooper Adams. Again, we don't have live stats, so I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was on Cooper.
I'll tell you what, just touching on that, if you're in the Wellington area and you want to improve your game, head up Jackson Stubbins. He'll get you right. Oh, no, out of bounds. From an out of bounds play.
I think Matthews is just asking if he was held back there. Verrucchio threw it where he thought he was going to be.
I love Verrucchio's little, little step there that he did.
The what?
To clip the shoulder.
One more time? Thank you.
Went from the right foot to left foot. And just on that quick move, clipped the shoulder, drew the contact.
Oh, great switch there. Hard show. Switching back. And that's what makes it tough, even though they didn't convert. If the ball can move fast enough, you can find that roller really quickly before the defender can get back in front. Nelson College, though, great rotation. And tie this game up once again, just over halfway through quarter 3.
And as much as it is a physical game, it is also quite the mental game. Both teams playing chess. No one playing checkers yet, Hoz.
Jones once again rises up.
Bracey and Verrucchio still.
Now I wonder if there's going to be a timeout here from Phil, because what you're noticing with Matthews playing full court and they're hard switching that early screen to try and get him off the on-ball ball handler.
Yep.
Are they going to have to change up how they do that? As we have another look here at the action leading to the Hutter, Matthews just puts his head down, splits, and is fouled. You see Jackson Stubbins there going deep into the handbook. But just coming back to that Waimea possession, they're doing such a good job of hard showing and trying to get the ball out of the ball handler's hands that I think there might need to be a change there from Waimea. Maybe it's an off-ball screen, try and get someone open on the weak side, and then they can attack from there.
Mate, as I said, sometimes it can become a game of chess. Where are you putting your pieces? As Matthews unlucky on the second free throw off the tupper.
Still managed to take the lead there for Nelson. Again, what are we going to see here? Is it going to be that early on ball? There's that hard show that we talked about. Was a little bit later from Nelson this time. Jones is stripped and draws the Hutter.
And how important is momentum in the game of Poitikohu? Hoz, Waimea.
Phil Jones trying to claim that he was shooting.
Yeah, Waimea, not long ago, felt like things were really going their way. And Nelson just stemming that flow.
They're taking that 48-41 lead. And you thought maybe this is where the game was about to blow open. But same thing happened yesterday against St. Kitts. Nelson just stuck with it, and then they ended up not blowing St. Kitts out, but it definitely ended up a bigger game than you thought it was going to be. Kurififi Toru. That's how you take the lead back, Cohen Williams.
And I tell you what, James Matthews needed to pay rent on Kyle Williams because he was living in his airspace there. Got a great hand up and
Verrucchio to the hoop. Kurufifi Toru from the corner is short. And Caden Bracey finds Hayden Jones. Have you noticed as well, neither team, probably wasn't an opportunity there, but really looking for transition basketball as Jones just shifts it in the air and it will go to the line.
another one of those, as you see Robbie Lawson, hands up, asking the ref, what more could I do, ref? And Jones will go to the line to shoot 2. Sam Dempster also just trying to have a quit-it-all.
The thing I like as well is when you get these coaches who have been around NBL a lot, which is quite a few of these coaches, let's be fair, the questions they ask the referees, the tone changes and the depth in the questioning changes as well.
Yeah, Sammy Dempster. Just, as you said, asking the question, seeing what more Robbie Lawson could have done there as Matthews. Tough parquet there. And we have a 1-point ball game.
Defense chant goes up for the Nelson College bench. And this is Greg where the magic starts happening. We can't see it on camera as we watch the game, but you start to see on day 4, 5, and 6, the crowd starts moving where the games are good, and the crowd is starting to pick up on this one.
I tell you what, Bracey has been really special in the third quarter as Matthews again.
2-point game into Jones on the left-hand side. Little dribble handoff. Are they going to... They want that post up. We saw in the first half that was an effective look. They send the double team straight away. And this is where Caden Bracey, I want him to get a little bit deeper on that weak side. Then he can cut in behind Verrucchio. At the moment, because he's so high, he's basically on what I like to call the tram lines, which is the lane lines that go the whole way down the court. Verrucchio can just sit there, and he's going to see that cut before it happens. Bracey gets a little bit lower, and you can cut, then it's going to be a wide open pass for Jones and probably a short little jump shot.
And I didn't think it was the most, I didn't really pressure that double team either, so Jones was able to have a look around too. Would be able to pick his spots, pick his target.
Are they going to go straight back to that post up? Yes, they are. There's the double team starting to go. Rogers is in the right point, but never cut. Didn't need to. Easy 2 points there for Hayden Jones.
It's almost like Waimea is giving Hayden Jones, like they don't want to clog the airspace so he can put the ball on the floor and take it on the 2 defenders.
Sure, I thought Williams should have gone after that one, but gets away with it. Nelson couldn't come up with the ball. We're going to see subs coming in. Greg, minute 15 to play here in quarter 3. I don't recall either team taking a timeout in this quarter. Both coaches wanting to save their chess pieces for quarter number 4.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. As we get down to that business end, I think those Waiheke and the kept in the pocket. Oh, big Kurufifi Toru.
Jordy Moore. 7-point lead now for Waimea.
We want to see more of that from Geordie.
What has Nelson got? Look at the switch there on Matthews. Daniel thought about it. Gets caught.
Oh, and the ball drops into...
Cohen Williams, I thought, could have come up with the ball there. And that is the killer, Greg, because they are in the bonus. It looks like they're in the bonus.
Yeah. Sometimes when you tip the ball rather than corralling that rebound and bringing it down, the tip can go into enemy airspace.
Sorry, Greg, can you just put that cone down? Oh, we're good. It's just one of those little things. Sorry, the school bench. So usually they nominate. Oh. So Noah's going to want that one back. So they just tell you which teams are in the bonus. We got caught with both cones up. So to Noah, a chance here to cut into this lead. Leaves both short. Offensive toot-upper. Blocked again by Jones. How many blocks has he got now? 5?
Oh, he's having a little block party out there, but as we see, a great job by Ashton Walker as well, just to get that offensive toot up and give his team another chance with the ball, and tell you what, that man has been busy.
Joe Matthews saves it, stood out. It's fun, isn't it? Like Hayden Jones playing for New Zealand under 17s, probably plays the 2 of the 3. Come back to high school basketball. Nah, big fella, you're inside.
Doing a bit of everything, isn't
Again,
he?
here's that high post catch. Roger, look at that. He's just setting that back screen for the corner.
Bracey. I braced myself after he made his previous.
And fouled. Rogers will go to the line. Just looked like Mella maybe caught him with the body. As we have another look here at it. Offensive two-up, inconclusive on that angle, but we don't have the angles the referees do. They obviously saw something that we couldn't, and that is why the huddle is called.
Mana levels off the charts for Noah Rogers as he makes the first. Got in there amongst the tall timber, secured the offensive tūrapa. And things you love to see as a coach, Oz, everyone working hard in unison.
Again, the crowd picking up even more for this game. If you're in the Palmy region, why are you not here? That is my question. Matthews asks for the on-ball. No switch there, but they go under. And is Jones going to hold this up? I don't think he got that off in time. So 3 quarters are gone here. Heavyweight battle. Waimea College 66, Nelson College 57. Greg Elliott, what did you like about Waimea that got them out to that lead?
What I really liked was, I know as you talked about, it would be great to see some of those Waimea players cut to the hoop, but Hayden Jones looking up and seeing 2 defenders and just still having that mindset of staying, I'm going to do me, I'm going to get mine. And, you know, there was one there where we finished a couple of paketes, and not only are we seeing some high-quality offense, but bodies on the line, team gang rebounding, and that's what you need. Oz, you need to be able to especially get your own defensive rebounds, limit the other team to 1 chance. You know, if you start giving up 2, 3 chances, I mean, these 2 teams are such high quality that if you don't get the first, they're most likely going to get the second or definitely the third.
A lot of brains in that conversation right there. Brad Davidson, Darren Larson.
They'll probably say the same thing about us if they saw the TV.
Well, I mean, that conversation is copying our hairstyles. You, of course, with the flowing mullet.
As I said, Taylor Britt he's so excited. He's taken the hoodie off, or the hood off the hood. Sorry, hoodie I should say. Let it down, and him and Quinn Clinton talking things over. And that's gone from being teammates now to, I know Quinn was assistant coaching at the Rams, but now taking over the head coaching role. So could be interesting there, just coach to point guard.
I tell you what, they're probably having a far higher level conversation than we are right now. There will be some nuances to that. I can tell you very quickly.
Good to see. We've got a couple of beanies out there and a nice colourful blanket too. It's not cold, but it's not warm, is it?
It's not warm. I think there's that tropical storm that's coming through.
There we go, there's the blanket. I'll tell you
If
what.
you look at the isobars.
Nice basketball Manawa 2 jacket there too.
That looks comfy. That little rug that's sitting there.
If I could find size 14 slippers, I'd be stoked. If anyone can recommend.
Did they not give them to you at the Pullman?
No, those were too small. They make them for not people like me.
Thought about it. Nearly a steal. Verrucchio out of the corner. Again, there's that little high post catch off the on-ball floater. Perfect start for Nelson College.
Shooters roll inward. Look who's in the building. None other than the new Tall Blacks head coach, Judd Flavel, being completely overshadowed by daughter Bailey, who had a 60-piece yesterday for Takapuna.
Jones thought about the kick to the corner, decided against it, and said just says, actually, I will take 2 points, thank you.
I know we've had 60-piece chicken nuggets between us at McDonald's. Oz. Never had a 60-piece ball game.
I never even got over 40. 60 that's rarefied air.
As a huge rebound tūrapa from Hayden Jones. He's been really, really good at that defensive end. Just
great, no call. Look at the defense from Matthews. Kids, this is why we say play every possession the full court.
He's dialed all the way in as Matthews.
Jones, Rogers is right there. Finds him to the hoop, floater.
Oh!
11-point lead, that's the first double-digit lead of the game.
Oh, Novus using the glass to perfection.
There's no cracks in his game, no, Greg.
As Matthews push shot off the tupper, gets his own rebound.
And that's the thing about the Duracell battery himself. Even if he doesn't convert, he's going to go back and get it.
Waiheke being called here from Sam Dempster.
And this is why they kept their 3 timeouts each. First minute hasn't gone very well.
JK in the building. Jared Kenny. Woo! As we got Waiheke called, but just that nice Hawks puffer jacket and the sharp haircut. You can't miss him.
Do you miss Matu with the Mule?
Yeah. Tell you what, Matua Tuhoi though, sporting his, talking myself in the third person, Oz 70-59, Waimea just again out to a bit of a lead. Momentum with them completely, and Sam Dempster picking up on that, calling the Waiheke, and Nelson making some really good plays, but what will you do if you were putting on the Sam Dempster cap, which you look like you have already? What would you be thinking?
Okay, here's the adjustment I make. If they're going to keep going to Hayden Jones in the post, I'm sending that double early. I'm getting the ball out of his hands, make someone else make a play. You double early, other players drop in. You made the corner guy take 2. So take 2 is basically he's splitting the man on the wing and in the corner. Whichever way the ball goes, that's where he goes and everyone else fills from there within the zone. But I'm trying to get Hayden Jones out of that post catch because they seem to be really enjoying the looks that they're getting out of that matchup.
Very astute observations as the ball is in. I love it, Oz. Fourth quarter, Poitsakohu, 2 incredible teams going head to head, and they've come all the way from Nelson to Palmerston North to get amongst it.
I tell you what, I just see get the ball out of Hayden Jones's hands. Caden Bracey is the man you probably want with it if you can't get to Jones. The young kid is electric. He's rocking the mo with the nice little mop haircut, and he is making it all happen. Nelson, Verrucchio gets the defender in the air.
Just pressured there from Geordie Moore, did a great job.
Body's on the floor. And that foul's going to be on Verrucchio. No, that foul is actually on Elijah Inwood. This is interesting. How many on Inwood? I think it's his third.
Yep.
It is his third.
The paddle goes up. Jones.
Up against Lawson.
Yeah, bringing up the portal.
Man-to-man defense actually is the adjustment here from Nelson. Jones to the hoop.
I know he didn't finish, but the space he creates on that crossover, just getting away from his defender.
And that's the hard thing as well for Nelson. The way that they coach and the way that they can all shoot, it makes it super tough if you're going man-to-man to be able to send help defenders and it not leave a wide open shooter.
And
look at this, now they're using the corners. Up fake, Williams to the hoop. Into the corner, Caden Bracey.
Oh, offensive to the upper.
Has Jones shot a Kurufifi Toru lately?
Oh,
my goodness! Hayden Jones!
Oh! Jack Mellor looked to meet him at the rim, and Hayden Jones just was on the elevator, kept going up. What a play. I can't wait for that replay as Mellor looks to answer. Oh, and
I think we're about to get a look. Producer Sam, run the tape.
Wow.
Oh, that's nasty.
Look, I've been pulling a couple posters myself.
We've got another angle of it. Gets by Matthews. Can we just rate it though? Sammy D doesn't react. If I had a player on my team and I was coaching, they got dunked on like that, I would probably put my head down. But hey, look.
Wow.
Respect to Jack Mellor. He went up. He didn't even look embarrassed either. He just went, sweet. As we're going to see a timeout here taken from Waimea. 15-point lead now, Greg.
Well, that's what happens. You know, when you are a big man, your job is to protect the paint as much as you can. It's going to happen. I remember Takemi Mutombo, RIP, infamously would speak on how Jordan never dunked on him, and Jordan put that in his head and dunked on him and gave him the finger wag when he did it. So huge pakete from Hayden Jones. Waimea
We'll have one more look.
74-59. 6 minutes 52 on the clock. Plenty of time as we see another replay. Hayden Jones really stamping his authority, and no more so on that play. I'll tell you what,
These
the
kids are
price
so
of admission, Hayden Jones, worth it alone.
Again, if you are in Palmy, we have girls quarterfinals, I believe, at 2:15. Then we've got men's quarterfinals at 5:45 off the top of my head. Get down here. A finals as well, Greg, 6 and 7:45 p.m. Very late night, actually.
That's what I love.
I'm glad we got our beauty sleep overnight.
Oh, mate, I had a terrible sleep. I think I was too excited for this game. Thursday, said all the action, you know, the finals action for the A, and then the tournament will conclude on Saturday. Yep, with double A. So I tell you what.
And then you're on the first flight out on Sunday.
Yeah, I made a business decision there to get home to the other half. You, on the other hand, decided to play 18 holes. Might be in the dog box as backcourt violation.
Again, kids, this is why you need to get up in your man's face or woman's face and play up defense. James Matthews made it super uncomfortable and gets the ball there for Nelson College. And he didn't have to do anything flashy, did he, Greg? He just had to move his feet.
Oh, hey, as you said, all the Tane and Wahine out there. Listen to the bold voice. He will guide you.
Matthews too strong there. Rebound Jones. Up against Matthews. And that's what happens as well, kid. If you get the defender on their hip, just keep them there. All they can do is foul. They can't do anything.
I do like that Matthews trying to lead by example, trying to turn it up on the defensive end, trying to force a stop.
He is a kid every person would love to coach. Right, high post catch once again here. Jones, they send the double, just pulls up. Has he been watching The Last Dance about 74 times?
Hey, he had that dance right there. Again, pulling up over the defender. The vertical or the verticality that Jones gets on his jump shot, he just is able to see over any defender and just getting a nice look at the parquet there.
Let's talk about paquites. Much needed there for Nelson College. 5 minutes and 52 seconds to play.
We've been rolling out some pupu Māori, thanks to Whakata Māori for the broadcast. But a lot of English there on the backboard Hoz used.
There's that early double we talked about to the corner. And great look. You might not have noticed it there, but those little back screens to open up the corner, they got the look that they wanted there, Waimea. Good possession. Here comes Verrucchio into the post.
To counter that, I think Nelson got the ball out of Jones's hands, and I think they were happy with that side of things. It's Bracey. Oh, I braced myself. And that's what you've always got to do. Cohen Williams following up just in case. Inwood would have turned around, think he'd done a great job on defense.
Verrucchio! Short. Ooh. I love the look though, that's a good shot. So long as we can get good shots, we're happy.
Yeah, Verrucchio has nailed that shot, that kuruwhiwhi toru, as we see the replay. Off to the races, Bracey.
But this is smart, right? You've got Cohen Williams chasing. Your other three guys are all staying back. So if there's a rebound there for Nelson, they can't get a man advantage.
It's devastating though. If you're Inwood, you've made a defensive stop and no blue singlets there.
No hesitation on that one. Here comes Matthews. Sprint race with Jones. He's up to the challenge.
Waimea really getting back on defense and showing bodies at this Nelson team. Verrucchio amongst the tall towers.
The two towers?
Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Good
And
look there once again.
Sauron was in there messing with that.
And it's such a hard thing in youth basketball coaching. Because half of you must be like, okay, we got the right shot, great decision making. Within the other half, we didn't convert it. It's making it a lot tougher to win. It's such a mental inner battle.
As Verrucchio pushing the pace, 4 minutes 15 on the clock, 78 Waimea, 61 Nelson. Claws 2 back for Nelson, they move up to 63. And 15-point differential here, 4 minutes on the clock.
Like, I know Rico Verrucchio's in the Nelson under-20 team, but it's my first time properly watching him at this tournament. This kid's awesome.
Yeah, he's really impressive. Verrucchio has a very, you talked about 0 to 60 almost, very quick speed, can increase on the drop of a dime. And speaking of dimes, is able to find his teammates, set that table. Everyone can eat.
Kurufifi Toru from Jones. And it'll be Nelson College ball, 3:48 to play. Both teams still have a timeout. 14 fouls on Nelson College, none on Waimea.
You know, in 3 minutes 48, there's a plethora of time.
Take a screen there for Matthews. To the corner, Kurufifi Toru is good.
Woo-hoo.
Still have a ball game, Greg. You still have a ball game.
Just what the doctor ordered. Huge shot there from Robbie Lawson, I believe. Hayden Jones.
Thought about it.
Yeah, probing again, looking to find the teammate corner. And this is what Nelson needed. A couple of stops and a couple of paquetes.
A basket here, and I wonder if Phil thinks about a timeout. No basket. Never thought about it.
Jones quickly surveys.
Williams. And the Hara call as Jerome Sinclair will go to the line, and that is why you've got to box out and get position. He had inside position on that one, led to the tūrapa.
Yeah, good to see the big fella catch the ball, didn't really hesitate, got straight back up, caught his defender in the air, drew the contact, and is now at the line. The settler.
He's no Ryan Crotty.
Oh.
The early settler.
Or Shea Crotty, former basketball player.
And we're going to see a very early on ball here for Matthews. Comes back into it. Good hard show there from Waimea to get the ball out of his hands. Rico. And just dies the defense like Ioane there as he finds Jack Mallet and will go to the line.
Yeah, Verrucchio again, just being that traditional point guard. You see the corner, Kurufi, oh no, that's the Verrucchio. Nice little two-hander, little Sione Lawake. Oh. And Malot had a really good game, has Jack Malot.
Converts both.
The unfortunate recipient of a Hayden Jones call. However,
1-2-2 press here in the half court. Are they going to trap? Yes, they do, but there's the outlet pass to Jones, and they settle back into it looks like a 3-2 defense. Jones to the corner. Bracey finds Jones again. How long's he been in there?
Oh.
Not long enough, and scores the basket.
Nice. Use of the right hand, little floater. Nice little spin on the Moulton too. Quite good at basketball, that Hayden Jones.
Yeah, he's promising, isn't he?
And Verrucchio.
You wonder if he might stick with basketball. Could have a future.
Yeah, could be the big things ahead. As again, let's see what he can do.
Oh, that's nice. That cross into the corner. Man-to-man defense once again from Nelson. They're switching every possession. Oh my God.
Tough. And Lawson there, given the tough ask, stay in front, backed off just a bit, and that was enough for Jones. to rise up for a Pakete, and great take. 84 plays 70, and the clock starting to be the enemy here for Nelson College. James Matthews says, no it isn't, gives it to Inwood. Another 2 to his account.
And they need to really put on some pressure now, Nelson College. I would have sent a second of the ball there as the Hunter is called, and it's going to go to the line, Waimea.
Sam Dempster just blocked out. Our referee was unable to see the call. Hunter called. Saw a little off balance. Waimea student there. I thought, oh, is this a stop? But no, it is a Hunter that has been called. And that'll send Cooper Adams to the free throw line. And what I believe is the KD Pearls, Hoz.
So I'm going to be honest, you know a lot more about the shoe game than I do these days. I was talking to Kaylee yesterday about it. How back in the day, all the only options we got really were the AM ones, right? The stock ones that they had at Sterling Sports.
Yeah, Central Southland have a lot of players are wearing Kobe's. Oh my, I lived in Otipoti, Dunedin, tough Pakete there. I'm like, there ain't no Foot Locker anywhere near. Like Southland, let alone Otago, or Dunedin, sorry. So, yeah, very interesting.
Good hard show. They stepped him in there, and Verrucchio comes away with it. With the left hand, still blocked by Jones. And it'll stay Nelson ball. I think they need a Kurufifi Toru. And we're going to see a timeout taken here from Dempster.
Yeah, much needed Waiheke, but Verrucchio again. It's happened to him a couple of times. He's driven into the tall timber, but his confidence hasn't waned, and I love that about him. Just continue to attack the tupper, be relentless. And 84 plays 74. It is a 10-point game. However, Hoz, 42 ticks on the clock.
Well, as Madonna once famously saying, time goes by so slowly. As again, where are these kids getting these boom boxes from? Who's paying for these?
I don't know. I'd love to see if it could be maybe a school tax write-off. Who knows? But yeah, Beats having to do the recorded mixtape.
I thought you were about to say Beats working. Shout out Georgia Kent.
Downloading off LimeWire, wreaking havoc on the home PC. The virus the kids these days don't know.
Do you remember the very first song you ever downloaded off LimeWire?
Do you know the Godzilla movie with the Jimmy Page?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it was that.
Led Zeppelin?
No, but it was I don't want to say the Diddy remix. Yeah. Oh. Probably taboo to say that right now, as a big gulp of the Just Juice, and that could be the thirst quencher. Great hit ahead too. Maybe
yeah, something I know nothing about. I'm sure he could give us a little bit. Now, intriguing decision there from Sammy D. You got to think he's probably trying to script a couple of possessions.
What point do you start to intentionally foul as well? Maybe trying to.
When you talk about intentional fouls as well, Greg, make a play at the ball, please.
Yes.
I've seen a couple where it's just been grabbing the player and it's been let it go with. Kick ahead to Jones. Is he going to try and yam this one?
Oh! Hayden Jones with an exclamation mark.
He did it at 17 Nationals last year, and he might have just put an exclamation point on this game. As body's on the floor.
We need a 3.
Sammy D says we need a 3, and they need it pretty quick.
Oh no, and Matthews looks like we've got a real problem here with the arm. Oh, he looks in a world of pain, does Matthews. We see the replay. Boarding pass through to the finals.
It might have just got caught. Hopefully not Rajon Rondo-esque, if you remember that play.
And I tell you what, Matthews has left it all out there for Nelson College.
He's been incredible. He has truly been incredible.
Absolutely nothing more he could have done. I tell you what, as I said, this is what happens in sports. One team has to win and one team has to lose. And Nelson, no way, shape or form. I hope no one on that team hangs their head. They've been tremendous at this tournament.
I've absolutely loved this game. It's been so much fun, and it's what makes these prelim quarterfinals so special, especially when you've got teams from the same region, like Nelson and Waimea's Verukio with a little floater. What are they going to do here? They haven't given up. They're still going to try and press. Verukio full court. Oh, here we go. Steal.
Tanoa. After tapa.
That could have been some magic. So 6 seconds to go, and the hara is called. So maybe a little bit of a reflex there. You know, they talked about back in the day, if you knew you were beaten, their sportsmanship, but I'm sure no one would mind that hara being called.
If you have put in an effort like Nelson College, you're going to fight all the way through to the bitter end. And I'll tell you what, it was just a bit of a momentum swing late in that fourth quarter. Couple of huge plays by Hayden Jones and Jerome Sinclair, which just saw this lead extend as we see time expire. And Hoz, I'll let you take us out.
So that's going to do it. Waimea College taking down local rivals at Nelson 88-76. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. We're going to be back at 10:40 with another one of these prelim quarterfinals. For myself, Andrew Horrocks, alongside Matua Tuhoi, Greg Elliott himself. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you in 15 minutes. Go for a little walk. Wake yourself up. We have so much more basketball action coming for you on day 4.
Yeah, like obviously we do the haka before every game. Our haka is written specifically for us. The haka starts Tuturu Whakamaua Kia Tīna, and that means we honor the past, present, and the future. After that we go Homie Huye Tākia, and that means like we all commit. So we do that in every huddle. We say Homie Huye Tākia. So say we're at a video and we talk about something, we say we want to do this, X, Y, Z. That just wraps everything up and says, everyone says we all commit to what we've talked about in this video session. And then also in trainings and stuff, so if we've worked on something, everyone comes in together and we say, we commit to this scout or new play or everything else that we've talked about. Another part of our haka is tukaha opango tekahikate. And that means the black singlet is strong, firm, and immovable. And that's kind of like pretty much our culture. Like that's what we stand by. And when we do that haka before every game, that's pretty much like everyone thinks that we're doing the haka for the other team, but we're actually doing the haka for us. We're making a stance and we're telling everyone why we're here and what we stand for. And that's Jordan, our leader in the haka. He's asking us how are we going to stand in this storm, which is this storm is the other team. And then we all say, and that means like our strength is within our roots. So the kaikatea tree that we say is a tree in New Zealand that is tall and skinny. The reason they're so strong is because they're attached by their roots, and they usually come in a big pack. And the tall skinny trees, which represents us, obviously we're tall and skinny, but we're very solid because we're all connected through our roots. And that's something else we talk about in our haka, that we're just telling each other that we're going to get through the storm together, and because we're strong, we're intertwined and connected through our roots.
This moment doesn't come around a lot, right? If you can cast your mind back to some of these moments we get, they don't come a lot. So respect the moment. Respect it. Respect the plan. Execute it. Respect the energy and effort you got to put in. Respect your teammates. Respect yourself. I want everybody in on this, okay? We're all in, everyone. The bench. Everybody. Okay, they're going to feel us tonight. Feel our handshake. We're going to put out this foot. You good? We're good.
I'm extremely proud of the fight that we had today. I feel the pain. We all feel the pain. I can see it on your faces. I can feel it in the energy in this room, how hard we played, how hard we worked, how much we sacrificed for the opportunity we got in this round. It is extremely important for this singlet and what it means to us and what it means as a nation, as a team, how we finish this tournament, how we come out tomorrow. So it's extremely important that we do whatever you guys need to do, everyone in this room, to put this behind us, to learn and to be ready to play tomorrow. It's extremely important. You know what I mean? There's two ways this can go. And if we don't do the right thing, then it puts that sacrifice, it puts the fight tonight, it puts everything we've done, and it doesn't mean anything, right? We have to find meaning in this loss and find meaning in how we execute and how we play the rest of this team. It's extremely important for the Black Sea, right? And that's it. So we move on. Come on. Let's go.
opportunity that we can't pass up.
No mai, haere mai. Welcome back here to Palmerston North for boys double A action. It's a prelim quarter final. Ko Andrew Horrocks Tokoingoa alongside Matua Tuhoe himself, Greg Elliott. Greg, we just witnessed probably one of the best games I've seen this year of secondary school basketball. We've got another lightning matchup for you. How excited are you?
Oh, mate, I tell you what, would love to call the director of Vocal Zone and get a sponsorship worth of those. I think I've almost lost my voice. Hayden Jones with a couple of emphatic dunks, but it doesn't like the standard of basketball doesn't drop whatsoever. We're about to see Palmerston North boys versus Napier boys. Now, quickly, you run through the Palmy squad first.
Absolutely, we've got Luca Albert, Kyan Mori, Hudson Aish, Max Congdon, Alex Gordon, Javier Magisa, Lucas Mildenhall, Tommy Reed, Cooper Aish, Ryan Pearce, Danon Sanson, and Quinn Sherman. Head coach Ryan Doubledam, who I caught up with before the game, gave me the Phil Jones early, but then he predicted first team to 75 wins. Assistant coach Matt Foss, and the manager is Janine Scott.
Alrighty, and it's a privilege. It's my second call here for the Napier Boys High School team, so I'll quickly run through this squad. We got Zoram Smiler, Maz Taylor, Harry Cooley, Case Ball, Manawa Karina, Halia Joblin, Isaac Ash, Lennox Singh, Jackson Ball, Eddie Dick, Isaac Allen, Gail Adams, coached by the Aidan Daly and assisted by James Henare and managed by Sharee Ball. So it's Ball in the family here. This one, Hoz.
Yeah, Ballers Live referees Elijah and Natasha. You talk about royalty in the Hawke's Bay. It is the Daly Taylors, of course. Aidan and Kirsten Taylor's mum, Danette Daly, here as well.
And the Koro himself, Jared Kenny, in the building, GM of the Taylor Hawke's Bay Hawks. And
I'm excited for this one. I was surprised personally that Napier in this game. I didn't predict them going down to Wellington, but here we are. Winner took all the marbles in that game.
I managed to...
They're going up against Palmy North. Sorry, my voice is already gone.
Yeah, you're going, my guy. I managed to meet Zoram Smiler is Caleb Smiler's cousin, and managed to meet one of their relatives as well. He bumped into me, said that Caleb told me to...
Any relation to Isaiah Smiler as well?
Yeah, surely.
There's Jackson Stubbins as well in the background, just taking this one in.
Very observant over previous game and now this one.
I can see Elliot Jones, and we both, I mean, you had a much longer corridor with him than I did. The great Mike Lacey is in the building.
Oh, man. If you need a wealth of knowledge, the Lacey lowdown never disappoints.
For all things basketball. So Palmy's going to be in the navy blue. How would you even describe this Napier boys?
Oh, sky blue. I tell you what, I just want to say 1 through 5. I love how well-rounded this Napier boys high school team is. Keeley at centre, rim protection. Manawa Karina, that infamous Karina surname, gets amongst everything as we're underway. And Jackson Ball, the big fella. Kurufifi Toru Hoz, we're underway.
Well, he's only gone under 20 for one game in this tournament, has a high of 42, and that was in that loss to Wellington. Good to see an allergic start there early. And a 3-2 zone from Napier on their first defensive possession.
I tell you, ones to look for two are the guards, Maz Taylor and Zoram Smiler. They are dynamic for this Napier Boys High team. First look at Palmerston Boys for me. However,
me both. We saw them. I saw them at 3x3 secondary school nationals earlier in the year. Let's see what actions they extend out into the 5-on-5 region. Here's ball again. Considered it, was part of that under-17 team that did so well in the World Cup earlier on this year.
Look for the screen setting by Karina, and then on the tupper relentlessly as Keeley. Nice drive to the hoop there by Harry. I called him Prince Harry. As he royally dominated the previous matchup that I did get to commentate. And
Ryan Doubledam already asking questions of the referee. I'm sure we'll see that a lot in this matchup.
He's giving you.
I got the big don't argue on that one.
Oh my God, if looks could kill. Ryan Doubledam, you are about to get killed, my boy.
Maybe. Well, that's the joy of us sitting courtside.
Some extended pressure early here, Hoz, from Napier Boys. And
that'll be a kick ball, and the shot clock should stay at 14. Of course, the kick ball is a reset, but because it's in the front court, it's going to stay at 14. Greg, you're going to have to carry me in this commentary. I apologise to everyone at home. I thought I had the juice for 5 games today. I might be in trouble.
Not at all, mate. I need those little intricacies from you at least. If you can come in and...
You go play-by-play, eh? I'll go colour.
No worries. As we see a Kuruwhiwhi Toru there from Cooper Aish. Offensive turapa for Palmy.
And we saw there as well, it was tough to find, but the weak side corner in the zone looks like it's going to be always open for Palmy Boys.
And Maz Taylor, he is one to watch. You see ball, favourite, the bounce there off the outstretched arms of the defender, fell into the lap of Maz Taylor, attacked the tupper and rewarded for the bravery. And as I said, dynamic guards for Napier Boys. Zoram Smiler is everywhere, and Maz Taylor again, relentless in attack. So probably one of the teams I've looked at, and the 1 through 5, just very, very good at every position. Really happy to be able to hopefully say the same by the end of this game with Palmy, getting familiar with what they do.
Again, they're trying to get side to side here, Palmy Boys, into those dribble handoffs, but Napier's switching everything, and it leads to that little speculator pass that's picked off from Napier.
And Maz, it's a bad man. Maz Taylor all around the tupper, and it gets the shooter's roll. And out to a 9-0 lead. I don't know, Hoz, is it almost Waiheke o'clock for Palmerston North?
If they don't have a good offensive possession here, I would say yes.
It was a nice look, though, for Ryan Pearce.
Well, that's the tough thing, right? As that's going to be a reset shot clock. At what stage, as you try to coach the right thing, does it not become the right thing? In terms of, if you're doing all the right things but you're not getting the output, what do you actually need to change? Do you still try and do the right thing? Or do you try and junk it up just to try and get into something that starts working and run with that?
Yeah, sometimes, as you said, you can come in with a game plan and you have to adjust on the fly. Sometimes things are working, sometimes they're not. If they get on the scoreboard here, oh, huge Kuruwhiwhi Toru from Luca Albert. And that'll feel good. Not only for Luca, but everyone in a Palmy Boys singlet.
Well, if your name's Luca, you've got to be a bucket. And I can see Matt Lacey now has entered the building as well.
I did ask...
Who's who is in the building?
I asked Mike, how did you get accommodation? He said the whole family's here. So I don't know if that also meant Fly head coach Matt Lacey.
Well, we all knew that Anna was going to come down and support Sonny. Found that out at the Takapuna Beach Cafe a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw Kate too perusing.
She'd be here on official business, wouldn't she? As Taylor comes down with a tūrapa.
I think she might have been on babysitting duties.
Well, babysitting her own child. It's just.
Oh, you know what I mean.
Wow.
Hey, that voice, is it going or what?
Easy put back there for Zoram Smiler. 11-3 lead now. Napier over Palmy.
Yeah, right place, right time for Zoram. And the big fella rumbling to the hoop, Ryan Pearce. But Jackson Ball. And Jackson Ball, when he elevated his game and got into some really good minutes for the Hawke's Bay Hawks and did not look out of place playing amongst men. So, I'll tell you what, when he puts on that Napier Boys High School singlet, sometimes it's Clark Kent-esque, and he gets into the changing of the Superman.
Well, I just wonder if him and James Matthews have been going to the same barber, because he's also rolling the, not quite as short as James, but definitely not keeping up with modern trends.
I'll tell you what, if they're going to the same barber, it's a long distance for one of them, either going from Nelson to Napier and vice versa. And huge Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
There's that timeout you talked about, Greg. Gil Mind is locked into this chess match. But I mean, it's just tough for Palmy. As you look at the size and the ball movement here from Napier, there's just tough matchups across the board. As we have a look at, there is three men who are not short of a word. Matt Lacey, Ambrose Samuels, and Chris Johns. I bet you Ambrose and Chris are probably having the most of the conversation though.
Yeah, Ambrose probably looking for the nearest karaoke microphone. And yeah, Matt Lacey definitely here on official
Shout out to
business.
Off the Wall, Ambrose's band. They were actually so good.
What I like there from that last position is something I talked about earlier on, was Manawa Karina everywhere. Got the offensive rebound there on that one, tūrapa. And I think another double-double surely will be on ways, as we see Auntie making a bit of conversation, not on screen, but over there by the tent, talking to none other than
Brad Davison. Looks like Auntie's doing his best Mitch Richmond impersonation. Was always a fan of the blue and the red Atlanta Braves hat.
You know what I think he's doing? Just saying, hey, look, I may look like I've played a few seasons, which I have, but I'm also a university student, and I've just come off playing for the Waikato tertiary team, so is there potentially a chance of a roster spot?
What an import that was for a tertiary championships.
You know, when you make the call and you can get hold of a NBL legend like Artie is, supporting his daughter here as well.
Keeley there got stripped on the tūrapa, and that is what they need to get back into this game. Palmy boys, turnover, Kuruwhiwhi Toru, away we go.
Your boy Luca again in the mix. And they're going to need more of that from him as this game continues.
Interesting that they're deciding to face guard Maz Taylor.
Yeah, as we see Zoram pro baseline, look for any options, and none other than Manawa Karina. Hands were up, mana levels were high. Pakete in the books for Napier. And some tall timber for Palmy. Oh, we see a nice reverse layup attempt there from Lucas Mildenhall. Again, cutting to a couple of athletes in their prime right there.
Look at that little back cut. And it was actually, you can't see it on camera, he lost his footing a little bit. They got the timing wrong on the jump, so that's what led to the hudder. But hey, great work. That's why we love a little Charlie Dalton.
Isaac Allen into the game, as well as number one, and like the Davidson, it's pronounced Harley Joblin.
You do such a good job, Greg, of just going out, talking to the people, finding out little facts and figures like this.
Well, when we live in Auckland, I've made a mistake with, you know, like Hale would be how it is we are from in the 09
What was
usually.
the one you did the other night?
It was Eso Ali, it was Sol, and I called the poor young man Sol. So
Jackson Ball there with easy too.
I forget that back home at Dunstan High School, I had a friend named Sam Sol, and I was like, oh gosh, that's the same way of spelling it. So make sure that Ali is corrected. As 23, Pierce dishes off to again. Woo!
They got the result they wanted, but again, if you just looked at that, there was the back cut was on.
Yeah.
So if they open up to the hoop, they're going to see. But again, if anytime you get a kuruwhiwhi toru, we say yes, please.
The way the game's going, though, Luca Albert open for a kuruwhiwhi toru. That looks to be Palmy's best option here at the moment. I think that's all 9 points that they have scored is in the account of Luca Albert. He might want to let the CFC code be known to his teammates so he can get them on the board.
There's the brains trust as well, Danette Daly and Kirsten Taylor. You could see that.
Look at that. The mindset of Jackson Ball, just attack. And rewarded with, looks like an and one opportunity. And it'll be interesting come full time to see the box score, what we're looking at. But currently we are seeing a 22-9 advantage here. 23-9. Napier in full control so far here in this one in the first quarter. Plenty of puitakohu to be played for Kata Māori, broadcasting live into your living room. Oh, and one.
And that's the tough thing. If you're going to go into drops coverage on the pick and roll, and you're going to try and go over that screen, as we have a look here, just a great screen and turn, just gave the offensive player just that half split second he needed. And if you're going to drop, you've got to try and cut him off that lane. Great job there offensively from Luke Albert.
And we see a kuruwhiwhi toru opportunity there for Max Congdon. But you might notice that it was Luca Albert again with that finish, so that takes his tally up to 11.
I mean, it makes our job easier when we don't have live stats for that to happen.
It is tough to build a wall on a Jackson Ball, that's for sure. And Harley Joblin skidding amongst the tall timber there of Palmy North.
I thought Ryan Doubledown was about to start yelling that into the mic.
Yeah, might have had to have apologised if there was any expletives.
He knows the line. He's been in the commentary booth enough.
As nice take there from Tommy Reid. See a replay of that. Nice roll to the hoop. Always good to see the point guard reward the roller when that's open. You got to feed the big man.
Could have almost called it a read play.
Oh, nice. Ayaz. And Reid all around the tupper, rolls out and gets into the hands of Maz Taylor, kicks it to the corner. Harley just a bit too strong on that one.
But again, Napier boys, you love that shot. Same with Pani, good offense, good kick to the corner, good looking shot. Even though they don't convert, it's the offense that they want.
And I know it's something that you really enjoy is the high IQ basketball.
Great short roll there, just to open up the zone.
Naz off the tupper. Oh, unlucky there. There's a big fella, Isaac Allen, was mixing it up down there, able to get the offensive tūrapa. Just tried to kick it out. And we're seeing a sub there for Luca Albert. And also Tommy Reid coming out of the game. See Danon Sanson, 24 singlet. And Jackson Ball in hand. Kicks it out to the big fella, up and under. Gives it back to the even bigger fella, off the tupper.
Again, that's what makes that short roll so tough to defend. You're forcing the baseline players to really step up. And we're going to see a warning on Ryan Doubledam from referee Natasha Ahing.
And it was only a matter of time. I know we caught some of the backdraft before Hoz. No expletives, however.
Well, I mean, they're right, because you need to clarify something here. The 3-second rule, Greg, is when they're involved in the play. If they are not involved in the play, as we see a great play there from Cooper Aish, you can be in the key as long as you want. You're actually inhibiting your own team by being in there.
Also used the 3-second rule last night when I dropped some of the chocolate on our floor, picked it back up, thought about it. Can't say no to the Whitakers. It'll get you. Huge kudu fifi toru.
Did you have Whitakers as well? I only saw the Cadbury.
It's Whitakers, my man.
Oh, I was wondering why it tasted so good.
Hey, we're living together for 6 days, man. You help yourself to anything in the fridge. Speaking of helping himself, Cooper Aish.
Once again.
Nice take, nice finish. And Maz Taylor looking to return serve. Foul called on Hudson Aish.
There's going to be 2 shots. Having a look here on the action replay. Again, Maz just setting the screen up nicely, but goes just before Harry Keeley could get there. And the defense wasn't quite expecting it. Reached. And will go to the line.
Yeah, in the bonus is Napier boys. Any foul, we'll see the sky blue at the free throw line. I do really like these uniforms. They're like remember the Utah Jazz ones? The multicolour ones that went from like yellow through to black?
I do remember those.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice.
Seen a few nice uniforms here on
They
show.
do things nicely in the Hawke's Bay. As Cairo Katuhi always used to tell me.
Yeah, always hear good things about Hawke's Bay. When I went there in the NBL, we'd always have a good time. I think it's the Thirsty Whale.
Oh my God.
As Jackson, where it takes you back, doesn't it?
Did you hear the chat on our podcast about that? The reel that I shared, yes or no?
Oh, I didn't.
We
have to tune in.
Maybe don't go back and listen to it.
Speaking of tuning in, Ryan Pearce has really put in some big effort so far.
Opens his own account for the game. So we've got Luke has got 11, Cooper Aish has got 4, and now Ryan Pearce. Just the tahi thus far. Commentators curse again, not the first time. Defense suddenly.
Oh! Big swat there from Danon Sanson. Said Danon coming in here.
No. Have a look here on the replay. They got caught napping. Offensive player in behind the defense, momentum, and rises up.
Sometimes you ask the question, how do we go from a free throw at one end to an open layup at the other end? As Maz, ball on a string. And it must be nice. Shout out the Aish, Fano, Cooper and Hudson out there. As ball swinging around, finds Max Congdon.
Maz just doing a little bit of everything here for Napier boys.
As Jackson Paul pulls the deep kurufifu toru. And time expires there in the first quarter. We'll see a replay there. And Maz, nice finish. Hoz 26-16. I'm joined with the bald voice himself, Andrew Horrocks. Unfortunately, not so much voice. I just want to know, can I ask you, or can I lean on you here, do you have any opinions on the first quarter, or am I barking up the wrong tree here with voice issues?
Well, I think Palmy were a little bit shell-shocked in that first 5 minutes. It was a real great run-out from Napier boys early. As we have a look at Napier girls just coming across the screen there, but I think what Palmy did, they really settled in. They started using that high on ball to get to the hoop. Napier were collapsing it quite hard, and that's what led to a lot of open kurufifi torus. from there, you've got to close out a little bit harder to slow that down, then they can get to the hoop. So just a slow progression for Palmy North. Obviously, there's still a lot they need to do to get back into this game. But that last 5 minutes, they can take a lot from this. It took them a little bit of a while to open the account. As we see Cliffy Bush there, walking around in the coach's jumper on the Napier side. I just really like the flow that they've got. They probably subbed nice and early as well, just to get some rotation in, get people into the flow of the game. So now there is a brains trust. Dylan Boucher, and to his left, Dave Mackay. Not having a corridor at the moment, but two of the smartest men you'll ever meet.
It's great to have the GM in the building. Dylan Boucher, had a nice chat with him about the various uses of social media and staying out of the dog box in particular. Something that you and I, Hoz, definitely need to take notes on.
Well, we know that neither of our fiancés will be listening to this. So I'm sure we can talk very openly about the surprise that we've both sent off.
Yeah, good idea.
Shout out to the flower delivery company. Who have you used for your delivery?
I googled St Heliers. I don't even know the name. I just googled St Heliers florist and quickly sent, because we needed to head to the stadium this morning nice and early. Set my alarm an hour and a half earlier than it needed to be.
Yeah, my bad on that one.
No, that's all right. I thought we were hitting the Mahi Centre. A nice back day to keep carrying the commentary. However...
Hey, that just means that chest day is going to be from finals day. I planned it all out.
And what is good to see is Palmerston North. Well, we've got a bit of a scoreboard issue here. And another great thing to see, the attendance, people gathering on the court. We've got people seated not only in the seats, but also sitting against the walls, trying to find any room. Some deep heat already being applied to Denon Sanson. I just saw Cooper Aish, the walking wounded. He was trying to stem the flow of blood from the nose.
That's what happens in these games, though. As it starts getting down to the money moments, people start following which games are good.
It's a war of attrition out there as well. We've got some walking wounded, but I tell you what, no one's going to take a seat. It's business time, and we're getting closer. This is the business end of the tournament. Jackson Ball, really impressive so far. Karina looking, back to Ball.
I like the little curl off the screen there that Ezra played. It forces the defender to trail him, then allows the screener to pop out. And we saw Jackson Ball there can catch and just rip and go and draw the hutter.
What is also really impressive, as we see that replay of Ball attacking the hoop, won't be for the last time. Both yourself and the lovely Kayla Manu Irarangi, when you two commentate, the use of hand gestures is amazing. I'll tell you what, if anyone's watching, they might think you are, there for our deaf community with your hand gestures. However, what happens when you two are both commentating? It must be quite a beautiful thing to see.
It becomes a karate match.
Cobra Kai-esque as we see Luca Albert, in and out.
But I love the look there from Luca Albert, and I'll explain why. Those earlier Kurufifi Toros that he's hit, Jackson Ball had to hard close on the shooter. He's then allowed to get around them, and even though the floater doesn't go, that still breeds confidence for Palmy boys.
100% correct there, Hos. We see the big fella, Ryan Pearce, kick it out to none other than Luca for one of those patented Kurufifi Torus. And Maz Taylor takes off to the races. Great job by Max Condon to go with him.
These kids are so quick now. It's insane.
Maz off the back of the tupper. And Fakata Māori beaming this great game of ours into the living rooms all around Aotearoa and beyond. Woo! Tough finish, Hoss.
Max Condon, lovely little junior sky hook. Back within single digits here, Palmy. They've started the second quarter really, really well. And that's what you can't do.
There's one player in particular. I know I just highlighted Hayden Jones from Waimea in the previous one. But one player in particular for this Napier team you don't want to lose sight of is Jackson Ball, as Alex Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, replay here. Nice use of the body. Gets the harder called on Jackson Ball. Jackson Ball looking very perplexed. Can't be on me, sir.
I want to know, if Jackson Ball yells out, "Ball don't lie,"
yeah,
can he get ticked for that? Because
Fair
he's
point.
talking about himself, right? He's just trying to make a point.
Fair, yeah, no. Maya Williamson made sure, because we've got Case Ball as well in the squad, younger brother, and it reminded me of Case Muse. Little throwback for you there.
Yes.
She thought I may not be able to pronounce it, and as soon as I saw it, yeah.
And Blues legend.
Yeah. I know my nephews are named after, no, cousins, sorry, I shouldn't say. Tane and Josh after Tane Randall and Josh Cronfeld. So that's how we do it down south. And Otipoti.
I take it they haven't won much in their life then?
Speaking of winning, big kuruwhiwhi toru from Jackson Ball. He stays winning.
He does, actually. He's a great kid, is Jackson. Part of the under-17 team. Whoa. Great follow-up there from Tommy Reid. Read it like a book. And again, 6-point game now here.
Speaking of reading it like a book, the history of New Zealand basketball being offered copies for free around the stadium here. That was a beautiful...
They went so quickly.
Yeah.
I regret not grabbing one.
You know what I did?
You grabbed one.
Grabbed the last one.
Not like you to go after a freebie, Greg.
Not like me at all. Carried that around in my bag all day, so I did the mahi for it as Smiler. Haven't called his name for a while. Good to see him out there. Getting his hand in the cookie jar.
Jackson Ball, rip and grow. Defender there, just got caught napping. Jackson just hesitated for half a second. That's all he needed, and then just went straight to the hoop. But good active hands there from Palmy boys. Have another look here. Look, just hesitate, go.
That's like what you talked about, Luca, at the other end for Palmy. You saw Jackson drive. The defense converged on him, and he was able to dump it off to his teammate. Making the right calls is Jackson Ball. As we see, out of bounds, Manawa Karina loves getting the hands dirty, setting some big screens, attacking the tūrapa.
Taylor floater, no good. And I thought he'd started dribbling that before he stood up, which would have been legal. But referee Natasha Aheng disagreed. And ultimately, Greg, it doesn't matter what I say, because what she says goes.
It might matter what you say, because the more you say, the less we might be able to hear from you later on in the day, my friend. I tell you what, the last game I did commentate, which I've touched on a few times already, but Harry Kiley, Prince Harry, was an absolute block party, so real rim protector there for Napier boys. As Commissioner Gordon there, Alex on the tapa. Nice drive, finds.
How long's the wingspan on Harry Kiley, though?
Well, that's what I mean. Not only is a big, he's got the. I'm trying to think of the Canterbury red. Lockie Olbrick. Lockie Olbrick rocked the white long sleeve. So it reminded me of very Lockie Olbrick-esque MVP of the NBL.
Not even the skins as well, just full old school, Mark Dickel style.
Oh, great shout, Sparky.
Otago legend.
Yeah, Otipoti, a legend. As Maz quickly becoming a legend himself.
Do you reckon he's named after Maz Quinn?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Jackson Ball! Gives him the look too. But I like that though from Alex Gordon at the same time. Let's see the replay here. Fast break action. Gordon off to the races. Ball tracking him the whole way. Meets him at the summit.
Ball tracking on screen. You can give your decision. Yeah, great work. You can see he's just jogging timed it to perfection and then went up and met the ball at the apex.
The apex predator. As Gordon will go to the line. Looks slightly, he'll take that. Any chance to get to the charity stripe. And anyone rocking Kobe's gets a complete pass in my book. Any 50-50 potential call goes the way of an attacker wearing Kobe's.
What are you rocking these days? Are you back with the second Raiders team? Have I heard that correctly?
Yeah, up to making return at Harbour Men's Prems. Yeah, 18 or something ridiculous like that. As Gordon makes it official. I've been rocking the LeBrons though. And ball, let's see what Napier can. The rebuttal is clean.
And that's what they needed. It was back to a 4-point game. It was 10 points at quarter time. They'd only actually scored now 4 points in the second quarter. So Palmy boys really doing a good job locking in defensively. It can be easy sometimes, and I'm not saying Napier have, but once you get out to that 10-point lead, just to relax a little bit on the shots that you're taking, maybe not being as crisp with the offensive sets you're trying to run, but now Jackson Ball just puts his head down, goes to the hoop, and draws the M1.
And Coach Doubledam will be really impressed with the minutes there he got from Alex Gordon. Came on, super effective.
Every time we say something about Ryan, he's next to us, he just puts his head down and just walks away.
Yeah, it's harsh. I can't really yell at. It was a compliment. Don't worry, Ryan. But the faith shown by Napier boys in Jackson Ball shooting the free throw. Absolutely no one there to contest a tūrapa. And the 2-3 zone in full effect here for Napier. Around the horn.
Being active too. One thing you might have noticed there, Greg, with how high Napier are pushing up, that flash again to the high post, it's wide open if they are able to get the angle on the pass into there.
Hey, and that's what I need you here for. Those, for the kids at home moments. Watch this. Put your tardingers on. The bald voice will take you home, give you some education. Nice floater using all parts of the tupper there.
5-point game, Greg.
Oh, I tell you what, the game of runs is our beloved Poitakohu. And sometimes when the other team is on a run, it's all about keeping cool, sticking to what you're doing. As Smiler rejected there. Oh, lucky to retain the ball is Cooper Aish. Cutting to the hoop. Woo! Hudson Aish.
And that is where, if you cut with purpose and pace, you will be found. Easy layup there for Palmy boys.
The Aish brothers there working in tandem. Huge on that position for Palmy. And Isaac Allen can shoot that. Kuriwhiwhi toru. If you're Palmy North, I'm sure you've done the scout. We've got a tick.
On Double Dam. He was just asking the question. It was an earlier bump in that drive. But it's still going to be Palmy ball. Yep. So again, just on the technical rules, it did change in 2019. It is one shot and then the play resumes. But sometimes as a coach, you've just got to use that tick. Just get your point across. Referees, maybe they'll start listening. And then we just go from there.
I love that you're the king of pushing buttons, my man. Just reiterating how sometimes you need to exercise the demons and get a technical foul.
I only ever got one tick in my life. Bailey Sampson. I was coaching against Uncle Jeff Green.
Yeah.
And I just felt,
shout out the Kodo.
With Uncle Jeff there, some calls were being in his favour. And everyone just started laughing because they're like, how has Andrew got a tick?
Yeah, you're normally very cool, calm, collected. Put the Placid into Lake Placid. Does Hoz. The bald voice losing his voice. So usually one of the greatest play-by-play commentators in Aotearoa, maybe even further, has handed the reins over to myself just to get a bit more involved. I'm not mad at it, but
I mean, anyway I see it is, it's just Shaq passing the ball to Kobe.
You, my friend.
There's no drop-off in production.
Compliments will get you everywhere as Cooper Aish fouled. And what is that? Something you taught as a very young age. You don't want to foul the jump shooter. Nice replay there of Aish. Good elevation.
Yeah, Maz just got caught there on the rip and go. And always good to see the young men on the sub bench just watching what's happening on the action replays.
Yeah, Luca Albert's been huge so far for Palmy North boys.
Just a few learnings going on.
Nothing like a bit of eye contact in the morning here at Central Trust Energy Arena. 34 plays 28. Cooper Aish adds one to the tally and subs on shooter. And Waiheke called as, again, we're down to a 5-point game. The bald voice, Andrew Horrocks. Anything you'd like to enlighten us with? Anything you've seen? Astute observations?
I think the key thing is, I talked about it with Miles Pearce. 2014 San Antonio Spurs, how quickly can you make a decision? If we get into that 0.5 of a second decision making, so catch, can I shoot? No, right, straight into the next thing, can I dribble? Can I create something for someone else if I don't have a wide open shot myself? I think it's where Palmy is really starting to come into their own in this game. At the start, the game looked a little bit too quick for them. Then they found their rhythm, they found little pockets that they could attack. And now they're making really quick decisions of getting the ball into those pockets, going at Napier boys, and that's why suddenly it's back to a 5-point game after being 10 points very early on.
I'll tell you what, when you began that wee spiel there, closed my eyes for a second, and RIP, I felt like I was talking with Dikembe Mutombo, the big, deep, husky voice, as we see none other than my favourite tall black, Lindsay Tate. I tell you what, a lot of mana under that red beanie. Tarangatira.
Sitting next to Ange Pero Hunt, of course, Cruz's mother. But not to discredit Ange, won a few national titles herself as a coach.
Matt Lacey and Dave in there too, yeah.
Well, Matt actually took over from Dave at Rosmini. Dave went in for a year, then handed the reins to the youngest of the Lacey clan. Has not looked back since.
I'll tell you what an amazing thing. I know Lindsay Tate has done some huge things in the black singlet, but putting on the coaching cap, Auckland Grammar look extremely dangerous. Jackson Kiss and co. I sure will see them. Finals time, Hoz. Speaking of finals time, Jackson Ball doing his absolute best to will his way, get Napier boys.
And it's the best thing for us, but it's the worst thing for either of these teams. You don't want a close game when you've got a quarter-final this afternoon. Those teams are just resting up, feeling nice and pretty. Both of these teams are going to go into battle as the Kuruwhiwhi Toru there is long and corralled by Isaac Allen, but there's a lot of energy being expelled at the moment on the court.
You're right. If you can miss a game, that's huge. And I hate that it is part of the game, but you know, even being susceptible to an injury here or there is a possibility. So if you can come into the business end there, being able to skip a game, that's huge. Done the mahi early so they can enjoy that treat. Oh! We see a goaltend. Prince
well
Harry.
Seen there by the referee. He just gave it time to see if it was going to go in, and see Dave and Matt there having a conversation. Sometimes you've got to give the referees just a little bit of time, right, to make their call. Because he nailed the call. He was 100% correct on it.
Tell you what, Clarkie Hughes back home in the 09. You know what he said? He said he wishes that they could put live chat so they could chime in on the bants. Good to hear that people at home do enjoy our banter. I'll tell you what, anyone in Napier area will be enjoying the production from Prince Harry Kiley. And one Pakete. See the replay here, Hoz.
We used to have it in 2019, and then Connor O'Fee just ignited the crowd. I think we had 1,500 comments on one game. And they decided enough of that. Let's turn that off.
We see Max Congdon foul there on Kylie. And the very impressive Luca Albert bringing the ball up. Got the first 11 points, I believe it was, Luca. And right on cue, Kurufifi Toru.
It's almost like he's got a little AirPod on, just having a little listen to you, Greg. Having a korero, mainly with yourself in this game. Doing a fantastic job.
Thank you, Dikembe. There's Jackson Paul attacking the tapa. And I do like to see the attacking player, no matter which side of the court, get rewarded for being aggressive. 2 dribbles. Tell you what, Hoz, you and I would need a lot more than 2 dribbles to cover that much of the court.
Watching you on the vertical jump yesterday, not the longest strides I've ever seen.
Yeah, I try and rely on just having a little bit, sometimes I think I'm tall, and then we get around some of these big bodies. It's incredible.
How do you think I feel? I'm 5'1" on a good day.
Yeah, but alas, you and Maya, at least that'll make you feel good.
Yeah, that's true.
I know we got about 18 replays of that this morning in the previous game, but lovely footage of myself and Maya doing the pre-match introduction. As I said, it was like taking my daughter to Kura. As nice shots of the crowd there, a little break in play. Cooper Aish coming in. We see Quinn Sherman take his seat. Coach Doubledam not afraid to rotate his players. Could have a huge battle today, potentially, Oz. I haven't seen a potential bigger battle with Jacksons other than the Jackson 5. Could be Jackson Ball and Jackson Kiss.
Is that the crossover here?
I'm not too sure, but I was just trying to use that Jackson analogy there for the people.
Kurufifi Toru is short, but again, offensive turn-up is a key.
Oh, huge block from behind from Smiler and Luca.
Best case scenario there for Palmy. A block gets tipped straight to one of their own, kick to the corner, and Luca once again.
A rare stop there of a Jackson Ball run into the hoop. And again, momentum shift. Cooper Aish. Harry Kiley came across, but it was too late. Cooper had already used the backboard. The glass was in full effect.
Nice little give and go there with Maz. Finds Smiler, Kurufifi Toru on ways.
Taylor.
A box out.
Into everything is Maz Taylor. Smiler, little midi. And that is out of bounds from what looks like was Alex Gordon, the commissioner.
I thought they hit the rim. That should be 14-second reset.
And
speaking of defensive positions, Ryan Doubledam down into a great defensive position there.
So he'll be very Carl Neuer-esque head coach from
Jackson
Westlake.
Ball, Kurufifi Toru.
Ryan Doubledam will have little to no voice by the end of this one. He is 100% dialed in, as he should be. Nice one-handed pass. Finds Gordon in the corner. Kurufifi Toru. That's down.
Couldn't ask for a better way to end the first half. Napier boys 44, Palmy boys 42. As we have another look here on the action replay. Great kick to the corner. Ball.
Hudson Aish making the right business decision there.
Always. So we're going to take a quick break here in the commentary booth, and we'll be back with the second half.
Ia hua mama te whakarongo, he mama ki te karenga.
Ko te whakapiki wairua te mea nui kia hau nei.
Nui ake ngā hua mō tua, that's us. Tāku kia koe, bro. Te reo Māori anake te reo I whaiputea ai, aku mahi katoa.
Taua.
Bringing the fire every week.
The whole system is man, that's what it is.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
At Apollo Projects, we create better outcomes because we never make any assumptions. Like this privately owned swimming centre that was still in the planning stages. The owner spent 8 years trying to make the project viable, but the design was continually over budget, a design he was paying for. So he called Apollo to help, because he trusted us to deliver. We got to know the critical success factors of the business. The current building plans had lost sight of what was needed. We took a fresh approach, starting with the most important aspect of the facility, the water bodies. Then balanced the critical success factors of function, form, and cost to bring the designs in on budget. Finally, we could deliver the owner the new facility he needed. At Apollo, we understand your key success factors, put function over form if required, deliver what is needed at the highest quality, have lower operating costs, and always have very happy clients. Like this one, who was pretty stoked. Apollo Projects. No assumptions, better outcomes.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you can collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this. Filling and saving. Feels good.
Global warming is incredibly serious. We need to cut emissions, but we need to also absorb carbon out of the atmosphere. Growing trees is the only tool we have in the toolbox for taking carbon out of the atmosphere that we can do at scale. Pinus radiata takes carbon out of the atmosphere at about 5 to 10 times the rate of native planting. And so what New Zealand Carbon Farming are doing is planting the Pinus radiata to absorb the carbon, and then they're transitioning that forest into native forest so that we get the biodiversity benefit.
Atahua.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Kia ora and welcome back. Second half action here. Napier Boys High School, Palmerston Boys High School, 44 plays 42. Ko Greg Elliott Taku Ingoa. I'm joined by none other than Karama Motor Inn's finest, the bald voice, who's kind of lost his voice at the same time. Andrew Horrocks, welcome.
Yeah, look, not an ideal situation, but it's had a vocal zone, feeling a little bit better as I entered this conversation. And I tell you what, things are heating up on and off the court. The jacket has come off Ryan Doubledam. He is invested in this game right now, as you should be at home as well. 2-point game. I thought this morning's one was great. This could it be better? Could we top every round this today?
I mean, we were given a real treat as Waimea trumped Nelson College earlier, the prior game to this. However, Napier got out to a commanding lead early in this one, and Palmerston North able to reel that in, and we have a 2-point ball game. And I called overtime before the game tipped off. We're heading potentially that way. Some players that have stood out for you so far?
Well, I just want to talk about Matt Foss right now with a luscious mane that you can see on screen. Part of the commentary team for Tertiary Nationals. Very good player in his own right. So just want to look out for one of our own.
Do you want to acknowledge my Mule?
Yeah, but you're not on screen.
Yeah, true. Touche.
And it doesn't mean he needs to go on screen.
Yeah, I've got a face for radio, boys. Don't even think about it.
Keep it on everyone else. But yeah, I'm super excited. One half of basketball to go, of course. Winner goes to a quarterfinal. And the loser goes in the 9-16 bracket. No words, just that.
Hey, who have you been impressed with? Because I know that this might be a first look for you at some of these players.
Well, look, I mean, the obvious one is Jackson Ball. But I think Maz, I've seen him play the last couple of years. He's really starting to step up. And then for Palmy boys, Cooper Aish has been incredible.
Yeah, and the sharp shooting too of none other than Luca Albert. First 11 points on the board for Palmy North boys was booked by none other than him. And it's great to see that teammates jumping on board now. Everyone's starting to contribute. As Maz gets a first look at a Kuruwhiwhi Toru here in the second half. Excitement levels are high, Hoz.
They are. See a little dribble handoff there into an oval. Really popular action at the moment for a lot of high schools. And just got a little bit too fancy. Palmy and their dump off into the low block. And so away come Napier.
And we'll see the introduction of Luca Albert very quickly as he's made his way to the substitute bench as Kuruwhiwhi Toru, Jackson Ball.
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. And not only will Jackson enjoy that, so will Case, the brother on the bench, and the ball, Fano. As Maz, look how quick he can push the ball, finds none other than Jackson Ball.
Offensive foul, Jackson Ball. Might need another look at that because someone just put their body on the line. Like I tried to put my voice on the line, and like me and Jackson, it didn't work out in our favour.
As we do see Maz push the ball.
Oh, that hurts. What a take, though.
If anyone from Vocal Zone is listening, please send my boy here a little care package. I need him. We've got a couple more days, and the action's only going to get spicier. And I tell you what, one thing you definitely need as a commentator is your voice.
I need a Powerade. I think that could be the secret. Not enough liquids in the diet lately.
Might need you on that Stephen Hawking setup.
Hello, Gregory.
Nice rebound from Jackson Ball. As he kicks it to Maz. Hands off to Zoram. Finds the big fella in Kylie.
Little give and go there with Zoram. And Prince Harry himself.
And up for the reverse.
And it's just the beautiful thing of having a player like Jackson Ball. You can just isolate him and he can create something for you as it's now a 6-point lead.
I'll tell you what, it was Tommy Reed and Ryan Pearce as well that were shadowing Ball. Oh, big play there. Hudson Aish there. Really impressive, the Aish brothers, both Hudson and Cooper. As Maz, nice little float game there from Maz. He's got a big kete, a deep kete.
Yeah, well, when you talk about 2K and 3-level scorers, maybe Maz is just trying to put his name up that he wants the badge. Just down goes the Foot Locker sign. Very easy to do on the subs bench.
See how nice that little floater is. And I can't, if you haven't played too much Poita Kohu at home, or if you have, you'll probably side with me. That little tough little push floater, not even using the glass, no tupper, all net, is a very tough shot to make.
Were you a chain net guy when you had a ball hoop at home?
Love the chain net.
Maz again. Doing a little bit of everything here for Napier boys.
Cooley likes that matchup. The smaller defender. Looked like there was some contact down there. However, as you said, this is a contact sport, Hoz.
It is. I mean, I've got a mate who plays professional rugby, and he liked the analogy. It's a contact sport. Rugby is a collision sport.
Oh, I like that.
And that's a little differentiator right there.
Are you going to shout this friend out?
Ben Poltridge, playing in Japan.
Nice. That's what we love here, is a good name drop. Speaking of Japan, how good is that Isaac Fotu and Dan Fotu?
Yeah, Sammy Timmins as well, Dane Samuel, Kevin Braswell, Zico Coronel coaching.
Yeah, Japan becoming a little nest haven for Kiwis.
I was waiting for you to move over there, Greg.
Yeah, I don't know if Shay would want me in the house. Maya Williamson will attest to my living habits.
Kuruwhiwhi Toru on the way. And great closeout. Here comes Maz to the hoop.
I feel
He's quick.
I feel for Max Condon there. He was the one that got the shot up. Someone should have been able to pick up Maz as he streaked away for the Pakete.
Well, it was pretty amazing on that run out, Greg.
Oh, see, you're few and far between with your comments for this one, Hoz, due to your voice, but when you do chime in, mate, it's gold. As Hudson Aish looking to get something going here for Palmerston North boys. Momentum shifting just over to Napier. And a Pakete would have been timely there. Again, it's Max going to high gear, and Manawa Karina, as I said to you from the jump, Hoz, he loves the dirty work, getting amongst any kind of tūrapa at the defensive and offensive ends. Mass substitutions.
Has not been confirmed, no, if he is a relation of Mike Karina. If anyone wants to let us know, it'd be wonderful. Always adds a little bit of substance to the commentary, the comments from home.
Search up Andrew Horrocks on Insta. Slide into the DMs, let us know. Get your chance to be friends with the Bald Voice.
I do feel a bit bad, actually, the amount of people that I don't follow back.
Oh, mate. See, that's when you're a superstar. Sorry about it. As Maz looks for the screen from Karina. Nice little slip screen there.
And to that high post again is Jackson Ball. They go under the screen.
Spin cycle. And we saw a spin cycle earlier this morning. Andrew and I put on our washing. 1 hour. Managed to even hang it out before we got here to the stadium. So we were not only off and on the court, huge contributions. And speaking of huge contributions, Jackson Ball.
It's disappointing in the last 5 seconds, Greg. We just lost 100% of viewership.
2 battlers doing washing. It was beautiful to see.
But, you know, we're not above that. We're not about, you know, it's like the players in the court that maybe don't score all the points.
Yeah.
We're not above just doing the dirty work.
Oh, exactly.
To make things happen.
I feel like I'm the, you know, the Manawa Karina of household chores, just not afraid to get the hands dirty.
Wow.
Swing the ball around the horn, and that's the man that has been very impressive to me, Alex Gordon, especially attacking the tapa.
Well, it's a bit of a replication here of the first half. Napier very much starting the brighter of the two. Palmy just struggling a little bit on the offensive end. Only 3 points thus far in the third quarter.
I thought Tommy Reid was about to join us here in the commentary booth. He was...
I did think that too.
Coming in hot. As fast. Push it, great spin move. Offensive tūrapa, no, cleaned up by Zoram Smiler, finds himself in there as Ball one-on-one with Cooper Aish.
I haven't seen a flex that big, Greg, since you yesterday morning. And why shouldn't Jackson Ball, as we have another look here at the action replay. Ended up one-on-one, but could have been a 1-on-3.
I think slow down slightly there, Jackson, just to survey the scene, realised he had a one-on-one opportunity. Took the opportunity, as he did there, to take a cheeky little free throw, which won't count. And be terrible if he missed the second one. Oh no! I'm sorry, Jackson.
You're sorry, Miss Jackson?
It was I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh.
Greg was for real.
Mate, he hit the practice one and then missed the second. Great take. And Palmerston North.
Back to a 9-point game here. Keeping themselves within touching distance is all you need in these games. Once you get on a run.
Great find through to the Prince, Harry Kiley, attacking the tapa.
Well, he's the Prince of Palmy at the moment, the way that he's just dominating the floor.
Oh, I like that. I thought the Prince of Palmy was Campbell Scott, but might be overshadowed by the big fella. And I think really good timing for Luca Albert to find his way there to the free throw line. Shout out to Whakata Māori. Live. Right into living rooms, and what's the time, Hoz? It is 11:46 on a Thursday, so it might even be into the offices. I know.
mean, my mandatory office day, I personally, I do Tuesday to Thursday. Mandatory day is Wednesday, but yeah, hopefully people are in there with the triple screens.
I hope no one from my mahi is listening just for the mere sake of, I'm just going to be very transparent, and sometimes when you've been commentating and I've been at mahi, I've had 3 screens going, 2 for mahi and then 1 tuning into the bald voice.
You know what's hilarious? You know that free throw that Jackson Ball took that didn't count?
Yeah.
Napier thought it did.
Oh, wow. That was what the korero there was all about?
That was what the korero there was all about. Of course, stick around. We've got coaches' interviews actually coming up before tonight's finals. Greg Elliott, you've been bestowed that honour. Have you got any gems that you might be asking, you think?
You know me, I don't like to look too far ahead into the schedule. Take one game at a time. I can think of any other, overused phrases other than those two, but nevertheless, something I am excited about. Kuruwhiwhi Toru on ways. Oh no. Isaac Allen been called for fouling the 3-point shooter, who is Danon Sanson. As you'll see here, nice pass from Luca Albert, and bit of contact there.
We're still in the shooting action, that's why he's going to get 3 shots and not 2. Of course, once the ball leaves the hand, it can be deemed as just a loose ball foul.
And Danon at half-time, I saw him getting the deep heat being applied. So, as I said, we've all played, well, not we, but these boys have played a few games now. So, even though they're young, sprightly, and nothing phases them at this age, it's good to see the old deep heat coming out. No stranger yourself on the golf course, probably whip out the deep heat after 3 to 4 holes?
Nah, not in rugby. It was always a good requirement, especially on the calves. The calves used to get quite tight.
There's that blanket in full effect yet again. Every time I see it, I get jealous. As I said, it's not hot in here. Not cold, but how good. How good. I love the old school patchwork.
Those are the best. That's when you know quality's there. Not like modern day patchwork.
No, my grandma had a couple of those bad boys. Everyone's grandma probably had a particular blanket tucked away somewhere in the closet. As we see, big rebound from Alex Gordon. The Commissioner Gordon.
Shout out to Batman.
That's right. Should probably explain my references just in case people at home.
Nah, you don't need to.
Luca, the deep Kuruwhiwhi Toru.
You know I got you.
Thank you, man. I know you usually do, but the bald voice is struggling to voice.
Yeah, but the brain's still operating.
We've got a bit more bald than we do voice today out of you, my friend. Please rest up. We need you just as much as the city of Gotham does need Batman. Zoram Smiler, Poro in hand, kicks it to Manawa.
Well,
Finding
that's the issue we had this morning, is that the game we had was just as good as this one, and I maybe put a few too many decibels into it and just absolutely cooked the vocal box.
Starting to see some separation here on the scoreline. Maz, big Kuruwhiwhi Toru there. The answer, travel called. Danon Sanson maybe looking around, hoping someone else might give him a little whack as he got the Kuruwhiwhi Toru up. However, just doing that dance with the feet, called for the travel. How good have the team in grey, the GJ Gardner grey shirts been over this 4-day period so far, Hoz?
They've been fantastic, and it's not just the decisions, it's the ability to have the korero, talk to players, talk to coaches, explain the decisions. I think anytime you can do that, you can't really be too annoyed at any decision. Watch it decide a final, but you know what I mean? It adds to the whole experience. You see another welcome basket there for Palmy boys.
Yeah, Ryan Pearce. I think Alex Gordon had cut to the basket. He was looking for someone to come off and get the parquet into the hands of Kylie, though. Finds Maz. These two, that little pick and roll game.
Well, rejects it, goes weak side. Who's needed that come off? His bodies are flying across all courts. But it'll stay. 3.2 seconds on the shot clock is the key aspect here, Greg.
10-point game, so want a big stop here if you're Palmy. Maz.
Great cross. Never hesitates.
Hong. Harry on the boards. The two-upper secured. You just see that white shirt flailing in the wind almost.
Well, Maz sprayed, and he could still walk away because he knew that Harry was going to grab that one.
And it was ball in the family on that last possession. Big Jackson, another 2 points to his tally. Zoram looking to push.
I mean, we look at All-Star 5s at the end of the tournament. You just wonder sometimes how many of those players are going to end up from that New Zealand under-17 team.
As we see the last parquet here from Jackson Ball. As you said, rejected the screen there from Manawa Karina. I tell you what, you don't want to do that too often because those screens set by Manawa are big ones. You're doing the defender a service by not having to run into big Manawa.
His ball on left-hand side. On ball coming. Is he going to use it or reject it? Just decides to swing it to the weak side. And again, good mahi from Manawa Karina.
I was going to say, I don't know if Karina was just known as Wa before this tournament because he is putting the mana into Manawa. Huge performance, huge output. Loved everything I've seen from him. As we see Cooper Aish return.
Well, I'm surprised he's not a V and an E added onto his name. Manawave.
Oh, no, I like that. Something else quite likeable too. Cooper Aish, Hudson Aish. You said the Aish Whanobi. Loving tuning into this. He could even be here, who knows? Jackson Ball, the inbounds play.
Ball don't light.
No. But just Jackson somehow finds himself in those positions. Is that something on him, or should Palmy sort of be knowing where he is at all times?
I mean, yes, you need to know where he is at all times. He's just too good a player, but as we have a look here on the action replay, he just absolutely bodied Hudson Aish.
I tell you what,
I mean, that's not on Hudson.
Yeah.
It's just Jackson Ball is that much of a physical specimen where he can get away with that.
If I was Palmy North boys, I'd be trying to get hold of an ankle monitor and strap that bad boy on to Jackson Ball. I want to know where he is at all times.
Wow, I didn't have ankle monitor in today's commentary on the bingo card.
I think everyone that's commentated with me probably has a lot of things that probably not going to be called. However, that is the end of the third quarter. 65 plays 51. Napier edging ahead. Palmy had brought it back, but Napier just making some big plays here at the end of that third quarter. Hoz, we're going into the fourth. What have you seen?
Well, I think we're starting to see the Napier boys who need to take over this game and lead them to the promised land of the quarterfinals are really starting to assert their dominance, and namely Jackson Ball. As we have another look there at some more fans, couple corridors going on there. And obviously these long days getting to some of the younger viewers.
Yeah, little man, tell you what, that was not me last night, struggling to sleep. I don't know if it was that big can of V in the afternoon or mixed in with the anticipation. There he is. Oh,
poor kid.
Good on you, my guy. I don't know about that, about poor kid. He looks very cozy. It's like Pop's there taking care. Oh, yeah, and the head rubs. I tell you what, doesn't get much better than that. What does do, though, is fourth quarter action. As we see the next team looking to warm up, get loose. Any advice there on stretching, getting loose?
I mean, just keep doing what he's doing, Greg, because I haven't seen either of us stretch probably since 2009.
I was disappointed you slept in this morning. I was looking forward to leg day.
You haven't done leg day since 1986.
Whoa, we got a huge zoom in on the Koto. Oosh.
Benny.
Wow.
How fresh do you reckon that cut is as well? That's got to be, what, a yesterday job?
Yeah, you know, he knew what his itinerary was. He was coming through, and yeah, I love the up close and personal camera work there. As we get the other side of the court, see who's out there taking in the game. Not only those people there in the stands, there's also at the baseline, we've got people seated trying to take things in. I see the master of mana over there, Tia Toa Tamara Frost, as well as Pooks. Is that Tash Linden over there too, Hoz?
Yeah, it's Pooks Linden. Tiara Hart had a tough semi-final loss. I believe you are calling their 3 and 4 playoff.
Oh, I hope so. I really enjoyed something bigger than basketball from Te Aroha. You know, they actually lost one of their teammates tragically just before Nationals. So they brought his singlet and photos, and he was with the team 100% in spirit yesterday. Even though they went down, he would have been looking down from above. As we get underway here, fourth quarter action. Jackson Ball looking to get things done early here for Napier. Huge cross-court pass to Hudson Aish.
I like how they're looking to shift the ball here, Palmy. And even with that deflection, still 13 seconds. They have a look there at Pookie Linden with Tietoa Tamara Frost looking on in the background. Fills out that Manakuta jumper very nicely, doesn't he?
Yeah, City Fitness Palmy will do that to you. Hasn't done anything for us yet, but alas, we digress. Into the corner here for Palmerston North boys. Oh, foul. Is that going to count, or is that on the ground?
That should be on the ground.
Sometimes, as you would know, you hear that whistle, you just throw it up at the tapa.
No team shooting. We're having a look here on the replay.
Yeah, just caught Maz looking to make a spectacular defensive play. Just reeling out of that bit of pain. It wasn't from that particular action, but yeah, I just see Cooper Aish. It's a bit tender, but it is none other than Lucas Mildenhall. We'll see it at the free throw line. Steadies himself. What's your free throw?
I was always 3 dribbles.
Yeah.
Then probably 2 knee pumps.
Yeah.
And then go up.
Jackie Moon. I think I had the 2 dribbles, the spin, and then let it go.
What do you mean you think you had? You still play.
Yeah, I know.
Has that been that long since you've been to the free throw line?
I just still have to really think about things when I get to the free throw line. I get nervous. Not my specialty, that's for sure, as see Cardick finds Jackson Ball cutting, and the footwork and the left-handed off the glass finish. Pretty as you like.
Yeah, 14-point now lead for Napier boys. This is where it starts getting a little bit tougher for Palmy. Got to try and slow down this juggernaut while making sure you're getting efficient shots. As there's the Kurufifi Toru. And rebound once again from Maz, doing a crushing job.
Wahike called here from Coach Ryan Doubledam as soon as there's a break in play. Hopefully, oh, here we go. Oh, just saw Lucas Mildenhall. Oh, again, Lucas. Fantastic play. Gets Maz on his back, turns.
Great defense there, though, from Maz.
Again, Lucas. Oh, and if prayers were answered there, Luca Albert finding nothing but net. I just want to shout out
Now
Lucas.
this could be interesting. Napier never called a timeout. You cannot call a timeout on your own basket. School bench got a little bit confused. And so it's going to stay Napier ball.
And as the timeout was not called, no substitution able to be made. So whoever was on the court prior to that little break shall remain.
No, stoppage and play. You can sub.
Oh, I thought he sent back out as...
No, I don't think so. I thought a sub was made. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you were right, Greg. Maybe you're way more keyed into this game than I've been.
Maybe just every now and again, it could be me.
As Opshop would say, someday.
I am prone to the odd error here and there. As we see,
out of bounds.
Oh, it would have been interesting to
Just
see there if it hadn't gone
there.
out of bounds if Harry was going to be called for the...
That was goaltending. That was pretty... If we're going to look here on the replay, just twist the screen.
And what a job by our GJ Gardner Holmes referees. You know, eyes are on the prize. It's hard to keep an eye on both the ball, where the feet are, the contact. I'm not envious whatsoever. They do an amazing job.
It's
Huge
such
rebound.
A tough job what the referees have got to do. Incredibly hard.
I always said people that sort of argue with refs or the likes, please get the whistle, come on down. Ooh! And that's a huge hit from Hudson Aish. And I tell you what, the Palmerston North boys bench is up. They loved every bit of that. Let's see the kick out there.
Lovely
Just
spin.
Gambled on the steal too.
Aidan Daly was not very happy there on the Napier boys bench, but 8-point game. Greg, I know you've been doing the play-by-play, but your brain can comprehend this. What do you think Palmy's done so well that's got them back into a single-figure game?
I think it's tough. They've limited Napier to those one-and-done opportunities. You know, Napier were getting those second, third bites of the cherries, converting them into parquetes. They've made life a little bit more difficult for Jackson Ball and just making other players, you know, having to make plays that maybe they potentially may not be comfortable doing, or, you know, sort of get as many of those reps up. So, you know, really good to see Palmerston boys dialed up the pressure. I look down the bench, I can see Coach Aidan Daly. I tell you what, that is a passionate speech. He is willing his boys on. 6 minutes 41, single-digit game. We're at an 8-point deficit. How good. We're spoiled, my friend. We're 2 back-to-back incredible games.
Well, through a twist of fate, we actually got switched onto these games last night, and I'm very thankful, Greg, that we did, because we have been absolutely treated with what is played out in front of us.
There's one thing I will not argue with, and that is exactly what you just said. Absolute treat. I feel like we're at Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Treats galore. Big Kylie finds his way to the hoop and one. And that is exactly how Aidan Daly would have drawn that up. Get the ball to the big fella. Attack the hoop. See what we can get.
So long as neither of us is Augustus Gloop, I'm pretty happy with it.
I'll tell you what, man. My diet since we've been here, I could be Augustus Gloop by Sunday, if I'm not already. As nice finishing touches put on there by Harry Kiley.
I thought you were a bit more of a Veruca Salt yourself.
Oh, I've been a bit Veruca salty that Maya Williamson doesn't want to hang out with us at the Karamar. Oh! Hudson Aish! Another huge hit. Kurufifi Toru.
We are alive and well here on court number 3. Man-to-man defense here as well from Palmy boys. Something to note.
Oh, attacking his own missed shot there. Trying to get the toot upper was Harry. Another chance to cut into this lead though, Hoz, for Palmy. They better know where Aish is.
Well, I mean, it's interesting, right? If they can score again here, even though Aidan Daly just took a timeout before.
Oh, I thought it was a great move.
That is the best way to stop it.
The move made by Luca Albert got a little bit of a separation from his defender. However, the Prince Harry came across. Look here. gets separation on his own defender, Zoram Smiler, but then Harry says, no, the paint is mine. Oh!
Shot clock violation.
Referee did not buy on the offensive player. They're trying to draw contact. You see, up. Yeah, oh. Yeah, would have.
Referee's interpretation of the rule. He was straight up. Was he moving? Potentially. But then did the offensive player try and create that contact? Is the next question you got to ask yourself.
I believe the last part of what you just said there, 100% true. I think the offensive player was trying to create some contact. However, got the defender up in the air. Jacks the ball, huge crossover, spin, finds Harry. Off the top about 17 times. And fouled. As we see here, Harry, see here, how many bounces was that on the tupper? As Alex Gordon, Commissioner Gordon checking in for Lucas Mildenhall. Huge shift from Lucas. Maybe even clocked some overtime there. I'll be checking for that time and a half from Coach Ryan Doubledam. Big mahi. And Harry, lovely free throw mechanics. Tell you what, in the Hawke's Bay area, I imagine he goes to the free throw line a lot. GM Jared Kenny in attendance. I love that, not only the Hawks sweatshirt, but also the Hawks puffer.
Oh, when you're the GM, you probably get the one-of-ones. Palmy, what can they create?
Just off the tupper. Offensive two-lapper. And a block party.
Who's invited, Greg?
Harry Kiley, inviting anyone and everyone to come to the block party. And we've got a turnover. And there he is, Koro, aka Matua Jared. And making the trip down. It's also what you love to see as well when you're at schoolboy level. Just not only is he the Hawks GM, however, he's just a local legend. It's good to play in front of a crowd, and it's great to see some of our local legends or legends around Aotearoa converging on the mighty Central Trust Energy Arena.
Paradise North, as Maya Williamson likes to call it.
P Naughty, I got told, was
P Naughty.
Yeah, from the Campbell Scott point guard, 102 Jets. As we see what must be some Rocky hazing there with a crocodile hat. I mean, if that's your style, that's your style, and I'm pretty out there myself. You see there, yeah, little croc action. I had a couple of crocs yesterday with my soft serve. As Maz Taylor bringing up the portal. Jackson Ball about to make a business decision, looking for Maz. Maz, nice attack. And they've got 7.6 on the shot clock to work with. Oodles of time to get a good shot up. However, Palmy North want to close that lid on the tupper. Maz, effective all day.
Such a tough opportunity there for Maz. Maybe if he'd gone with the left hand, could have got a better angle, brought it back to his right, and that made it tough. Interesting, Greg. Neither team has passed it, but Ryan Doubledam said before the game it was a race to 75. Whoever gets 75 first is going to win. Napier in the ascendancy there, but now it's a 6-point game. Palmy making a run with 3.5 to play.
Nice hesitation there from Luca Albert just to throw that defense off guard. Harry Kiley hesitated for a second, and if you hesitate even for just a second, Luca Albert will make you pay. Jackson Ball and one. Has the arm chopped, and the hoop and the harm.
chance here to get to that magical 75.
Yeah, and unlike that girl from the Natural Confectionery ad, you do not want to chop it.
Don't chop the dinosaur.
That's it. See? So I love any quote I refer to or any, you know, you're right there with me, Hoz.
Did we watch too much TV as a kid?
I think you're more here in spirit because the bald voice isn't voicing as much as you'd like.
I'm pretty proud of you. You've basically done this game by yourself.
Yeah, just having your mana and your presence here beside me instills a lot of faith and confidence to deliver the product. As Jackson Ball looking to deliver too.
Harry didn't like it. Let's see what Maz splits. The on-ball little floater is long.
Great hustle there from Harley.
And those are the rebounds that can crush your soul as a side.
Coach Killers on the deep. Coach double dam there, calling the wahiki.
Well, I was about to call as the ball was in the air. It looked good from here in the commentary booth.
I wonder if you noticed that too. Yeah, as soon as it left, the Kuriwhi Toru left the hands of Jackson Ball, and it looked good. The trajectory, the rotation, the mechanics, everything looked great. And Ryan Doubledam, head coach here of Palmy North Boys, looked to call a timeout or a wahiki in mid-flight. 75 plays 66 every time Palmerston North makes a bit of a run, gets some inroads into the Napier lead. Napier always seems to have an answer, Hoz.
They do, and it runs to the experience not only on the coaching board but then also who they've got on the court. Anytime you can bring in a player with youth international experience like Jackson Ball, but then it's everyone around him as well. Maz Taylor's been huge. Harry Kiley, even with his physical stature, has been immense. And just everyone else is doing their part on the defensive end. I mean, anytime you can hold a team under 80 in a game, you feel like you're doing your job.
I'll tell you what, and that 75 points you spoke of earlier, just want to bring that to your attention, which I'm sure you probably would have picked up already. Napier having reached that 75. So 2 minutes 31 on the clock, still plenty of time. Anyone who's seen some Poitikohu before knows exactly what can happen in that amount of time as the crocodile yet again featuring on the big screen. There must be some sort of rookie hazing, surely.
Yeah, you'd think it's that.
Oh, tough parquet. And again, it's none other than Luca Albert. I've been so impressed with his game. It's the first Palmerston North Boys game I've got to witness since we've been here, and he has been outstanding. Some amazing contributions, don't get me wrong, from certain teammates in particular. However, it's Luca Albert really stole the show, getting up to that 11 points under the belt to get the game started.
And it's why we need 3 courts live stream. I mean, 2 years ago, this game we wouldn't have even seen it. And it's been insane.
Kia ora, Whakata Māori. The appreciation does not go unnoticed. Love being able to bring such an amazing product through to, as I said, Aotearoa and beyond, as Jackson Ball almost loses the handle. Looks up, attacks the tapa. I feel like we could have just maybe recorded your voice saying Jackson Ball to the hoop for the M1, and we could have just potentially saved a lot of your voice, Hoz. Because I tell you what, Jackson Ball attacking the hoop and finishing through contact has been the story of the day so far for Napier boys if they are to go on and win this one. 9-point deficit. A parketa here, huge for Palmerston North boys. As Gordon jacks up the Kuriwhi Toru and just off the tapa.
Little handoff there from Taylor, almost down to 90 seconds here in this one. Hard show off the on ball. Great kick to the corner, but smart here, Greg. They're just making sure they can use as much of the 24 as they possibly can. Now, can they get a quality shot though? Up 9. Smiler to the hoop, get it off in time.
I'll tell you what, clock management managed all the way down as Zoram Smiler cut to the basket, found Harley Joblin, who still had plenty of work to do.
And when you're down and you're chasing, you throw little speculators like that. Yes, it was open, but it needed a bit more zip to get through. And again, we're just going to see Napier probably slow this as much as they possibly can.
And I tell you what, valiant effort from Palmerston North Boys High School. We have been treated to, yet again, another phenomenal performance here on Court 3. Central Trust Energy Arena here in the beautiful Palmerston North. Again, if you're in the Manawatu region, or I tell you what, we've had a lot of people come down from farther areas than that. Come through, please do. New Zealand's best up-and-coming talent on show, on display. And we are privileged to bring it to you if you are unable to make it. And again, we're nearing the end of this matchup. You'll be able to stick the kettle on. Probably be about lunchtime.
Yeah, $9 chicken and chips down here is fire.
Oh, nearly a handling error there. You did not need to mention the chicken chips. The mind has wandered.
They need threes, and they need it to be quick. Taking far too long to get into this offensive set. And again, they get another little look at it. But again, it's got to be threes.
Yeah, you're right there. Trading buckets or not getting a bucket at all. Not what the doctor ordered for Palmy North boys. And Jackson Ball can just dribble this one out. I like the respect there. Just bringing this show to a close. And speaking of shows to a close, the Bald Voice, take us out, brother.
Well, for myself, Andrew Horrocks, although I didn't really say much in that game alongside Mato Tuhoi, Greg Elliott, thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back at 2:15. We've got 3 girls quarterfinals that will be live across the show court, Court 3 and Court 4, so make sure you tune in there. Go get some lunch, maybe do some mahi if you need to. But once again, thank you for tuning in. With Napier taking down Palmy boys 80-69. We will see you shortly.
Hey, I'm Dylan Boucher from Basketball New Zealand here at Kakaramia School. Just having some great fun with the kids here with our Hoops and Schools programs. Your school can be one of these schools having the fun with our Tall Blacks and Tall Ferns and local NBL and Tauihi teams. Nothing but fun going on out here. Prizes given away, kids making shots, laughter, fun. That's what it's all about.
Over the past 2 years alone, we've managed to install nearly 50 hoops across 25 Taranaki schools in the region. Not only are we providing opportunities for tamariki and rangatahi to participate, we're also proving the sustainability of the program itself as we continue to grow momentum right across the motu.
Hoops and Schools continues to deliver amazing opportunities for kids all over New Zealand, giving them access to basketball no matter where they are.
We're really grateful for having the Hoops and Schools program in Taranaki. We are bursting at the seams in terms of facilities. We have something like 100 plus primary and intermediate school teams. Providing these hoops to the kids fitted in with the whole growth of the game. I know that having these hoops in the schools will just support the whole program and see the future growth of the game.
And go! Just fill up at a participating Caltex, stack your pump discounts, and you could collect more savings on your next visit. Oh, there's another one. Getting quite good at this. Fill Filling and saving feels good.
Global warming is incredibly serious. We need to cut emissions, but we need to also absorb carbon out of the atmosphere. Growing trees is the only tool we have in the toolbox for taking carbon out of the atmosphere that we can do at scale. Pinus radiata takes carbon out of the atmosphere at about 5 to 10 times the rate of native planting. And so what New Zealand Carbon Farming are doing is planting the Pinus radiata to absorb the carbon, and then they're transitioning that forest into native forests so that we get the biodiversity benefit.
At Apollo Projects, we create better outcomes because we never make any assumptions. Like this privately owned swimming centre that was still in the planning stages. The owner spent 8 years trying to make the project viable, but the design was continually over budget, a design he was paying for. So he called Apollo to help, because he trusted us to deliver. We got to know the critical success factors of the business. The current building plans had lost sight of what was needed. We took a fresh approach, starting with the most important aspect of the facility, the water bodies. Then balanced the critical success factors of function, form, and cost to bring the designs in on budget. Finally, we could deliver the owner the new facility he needed. At Apollo, we understand your key success factors, put function over form if required, deliver what is needed at the highest quality, have lower operating costs, and always have very happy clients. Like this one, who was pretty stoked. Apollo Projects. No assumptions, better outcomes.
Just want to welcome everyone here today, all you beautiful Whanganui people.
These hoops are pretty mean, eh?
He ahua māma te whakarongo, he māma ki te taringa.
Ai. Ko te whakapiki wairua, te mea nui kia hau nei.
Nui ake ngā hua mō tua, that's us.
Tāku kia koe, bro. Te reo Māori anake te reo I whai pūtea ai, aku mahi katoa.
Taua.
Bringing the fire every week.
The whole system is man, that's what it is.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Atahua. Tamariki ma.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Ka tahua. Tamariki mai.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Ka tahua. Tamariki mai.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Ka tahua. Tamariki mai.
Make Māori Plus your mate. Download the app today.
Ka tahua. Tamariki